case, a bit of time just to make sure things working. We'll turn on the music, which is to have it in the background as well. Then confirm that we are indeed on, and then we can get going.
Woo.
Takes just a couple of seconds to update. It says we're working, so I'm going to assume we are in fact now working, and in fact we are. So, welcome back to Rolls to Die For. Episode 4 already. This has been going very quickly. Or has for me, at least. Then I black out through half the sessions. I don't know what's said.
It's been incredibly slow. Very upset.
So, would anyone like to do a recap of what happened the previous Wednesday evening?
You showed my entire backstory.
Yes, yeah, that did happen, yeah.
And you made me fight trees.
I did! And fight your former best friend. All in one.
Yeah, this is all great.
Yeah.
I actually did really enjoy it, though.
I'm glad. So, we started off with you guys in the small, isolated hut of Marsenia and her uncle. We had Ula standing over Serafina after punching her in the face. And very quickly afterwards, an old lady named Kaloch came down from upstairs and revealed herself to be the old mentor, I think is probably a good word, for Serafina, on her past within the druid. I don't want to say, it's not druid cult, what do you want to call it, Maeve? The druid.
It's, commune.
The druid commune. Commune, indeed, sorry. And...
Sorry. I'm proper, fine.
This is a professional stream, please.
Roll it, yeah.
And there was a lot of talking at the start of last episode, where you found out that Serafina was partially to blame for the old commune. Well, had been partially blamed, if not was to blame, different turn of phrase, for the destruction of the old commune. Ula certainly held Serafina accountable, but Kaloch wasn't really certain if she did or not, but within a way that she had certainly had no hate in her heart. Serafina. You also got a bit of backstory about what Serafina was like growing up, about being very powerful, but not to be the best student, and their general interactions. You got some story about what the Shalog, which is the name of the commune, had done immediately after the breakup, but you actually aren't sure what happened to them after. Got a very brief explanation for things you needed at the time. Through some conversations between the other three once Serafina had left, and Marsenia, then you also got some more information about the Broken Isle. A little bit of what happened there. Can anyone recap what they learned about it?
I wasn't there.
Oh, I see a notebook. That makes me happy.
I can't read my handwriting.
I remember
problem.
briefly. I do remember bits and bobs of it. But if you have it written down, Das, please take it away.
Ryan, you go ahead, please.
So I know there was a bunch of the heads of the churches that were going over to the Broken Isles to do a reclamation.
Yep.
Wasn't it? Or something like that, yeah. And that we knew that a bunch of portals normally open down there because of everything that happened. So that's probably what they're fighting, is the conclusions that we came to. And Sude's church is there, and that freaked me out for a second because I hadn't been told to go down to the south. So yeah, that was also there.
Yeah, you essentially you had been told back in Radis that there was a big an open call for adventurers to head down to a city at the south of Barimok, which is the country just off Broken Isles, and that's where you'd been heading. And yep, you found out that a number of the churches, including the Church of Sune, were kind of spearheading an incursion in, into the Broken Isles, for which Serafina is not happy, sir. You got a bit more information about Marsenia and her uncle as well, especially that she liked to write a lot. It's one thing she was quite proud of. But through the various discussions you had, once you had all regrouped, is that you decided to head over to the mines within this southern forest, as that had been where a number of the hunters you had been asked to track down are seen heading. You stepped out late in the day, head over there, and it took a few hours, and as the night was drawing in, arrived at the mine to find one of the hunters standing at the entrance, supposedly mouthing something to you, which Ren decided to go a fantastic idea and to shout nice and loudly that they were there to help. This nice loud shout.
That's why they were mouthing.
Pardon? Was that Sophie?
Light bulb.
I finally realised why they were mouthing.
Oh, yes. They were trying to be nice and quiet, and you shouted nice and loud, "We are here!" To which one of the trees decided to take interest in that.
They were aiming a bow and arrow at us, just to,
No,
as
they were holding a bow and arrow.
You said it was at us!
Did
So
I
when
indeed?
you rewatch it, you'll know.
Okay, they were certainly aiming it out at the forest, let's say that. You managed to wake up a tree, who then woke up some more trees and a load of bushes, and a load of roots came out to make root wolves, which I quite liked. However, the old frail woman Kalok did a surprisingly powerful bit of magic to put two of the trees back to sleep, but that unfortunately drained a lot of her magical energy that she had. So you were left to fight off remaining beasties that had awoken. It was a tough fight, but a rather good one, I seem to think. You made a lot of use about vulnerabilities to fire, and you split up your responsibilities very well between fighting the main target and fighting the groups that were coming at you. All in all, you actually all did a very good job. You fought as a team. That's quite nice. One of the most notable things to happen is that as Ula was taking a lot of damage, Seraphina put herself into harm's way in order to save her from one of the attacking groups. And apparently their ego is loving it when I say that. And after the aftermath, and when Kalok had recovered, she examined the tree and gave you words of warning. Now, this kind of tree could take centuries to awaken, and so it seems that unless something is done about whatever is causing all of this soon, then all of the trees around could awake in the same fashion. So this is where we'll be starting with today's session. I will say that the hunter did not take part in the fight, but is now venturing out from the mouth of the mine. I'm going to say she's quite a... you imagine she might be quite striking, but she's quite muddy, she's quite hurt in some ways. You see some blood and a lot of mud and cuts on her. And she looks at and goes, "Is that it? Did you get all of them?"
I think so, yeah.
Come inside.
What was that, sorry?
Can we come inside?
Yes, come on, quickly. Yeah, I was trying to mouth to you to be quiet, which I understand.
It was quite far away, to be fair. I give them a tap on the shoulder. Could I give them 5 points of lay on hands healing?
Yes, you
So they were
absolutely can.
quite bloody and injured. So yeah, I'll give them 5 points of lay on hands healing. It's but don't worry, the danger's over for now.
You lay your hand on them and you send 5 points of magic through, and some of the cuts do appear to heal. And most notably, you actually see that on her hand where she was holding the drawstring, her 3 main fingers were pretty bloody and possibly even broken. So you're not even sure she would have been able to fire the bow even if she could, even if she wanted to even. And they rearranged themselves. They still look pretty swollen, but possibly you fixed the worst of the damage there with that 5 hit points. And I just want to say, Darcy, we have some of that growling coming through your microphone again. Please, yes, absolutely. Do come in. The safest place we found in these woods at the moment. So she will step aside and beckon you all in. Let's go. Yes, Hughes is just the other hunter is just standing a bit further down. He couldn't make it back up to the door for now, but there's a safe bit down there. We've got food and a little bit of food, really. So please do.
It's all right. We've got good berries and stuff like that, and we can give you some if you need, or anything like that.
Well, you certainly give us a bit of peace of mind by clearing out that. They awoke just as we were escaping into the mine, so we've been stuck in here for a little while. Imagine, not the nicest place to be, stuck underground.
No, definitely not. But
That's
you're
been
clear of
much
all the trees, so.
She will beckon you all in. Do you all enter? Do you all take a bit more time outside? You just had the aftermath of the fight, so if there's a bit of time that people want to search around or anything in the immediate vicinity, now's the time.
I want to see if I can find a tooth because I got bit.
You did indeed, as you do quite regularly. So I will. I'm gonna say there's a couple of the dead root wolves, which I think is what bit you, and they don't really have teeth, but they definitely have some enlarged thorns which have formed teeth. So that'll be the closest you have. You can snap off one of those enlarged thorns.
Okay, I'll take it.
I'll say it takes a bit of time to come off. It's not brittle like a dead root or anything. It's quite stringy, like it was new and alive, which it was until seconds ago. Get that for your whatever you're doing with those.
Little tooth fairy over here.
Tooth fairy.
Every scar will have a story.
Indeed it will. Leah, are you doing anything in particular other than heading inside? We can't hear you.
Can't hear you.
Okay.
Oh, now we can.
Oh, I hear that.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not doing anything right now. Sorry.
Excellent. Seraphina.
Seraphina is a bit after everything that's happened. She just wants to get things done. She's in that kind of mindset. Whereas before she was a bit out of it. Now she's like hyper focused on the task at hand and just trying to usher everyone in really, and just being like, "Yep, in," and trying to speak to the hunters firsthand, like pushing past the paladin to do so, and shutting him up.
Oh. And Ren.
I will head down to the other hunter because they said they were injured and I still have some lay on hands healing. So as soon as I hear that someone was injured, I probably would have headed that way.
Okay. So once Eritrea has their thorn tooth thing, you all head inside. You are followed by Ula and Kalok, who Kalok is being helped in by Ula, although it's not really clear who's helping who walk in at this point. Bear in mind, one's tired and old, and the other one's injured. No, I didn't say they were injured, actually. I said that Kalok actually healed everyone's injuries to full.
Yeah.
Thanks. Well done, me for remembering. You do. They shuffle in, and you're led through. It's a very dark and cramped space. You are in a working mine. Every now and then, you've got, there's grey-black rock which forms the majority of the walls. Every now and then you walk past some of the classic wooden posts which are there to keep up the ceilings and the walls in. And after maybe a minute or so, you enter a larger, quite clearly man-made small cave within this mine, where there is a small campfire burning. So there's a strong woody, smoky smell in this mine. It's also the main source of light down here. And you see a man lying down. He's kind of tucked a bag behind him to be as comfortable as possible. But he's also... he's definitely wincing in pain as he turns to look to whoever's coming down. You see him instantly reach for his sword before he's even seen who's coming down. And the other hunter just goes, Hughes, it's okay. Thus, there was some... I don't know what to call them. Some people came along and sorted out the trees outside. They come offering help, supposedly.
I'll tap her on the shoulders like the Kindlers. We're the Kindlers. Just carry on.
The Kindlers are here. Okay.
Yeah.
You've just given yourself a name, or...?
We're adventurers. We already helped out the town. It's, yeah.
Fancy smancy adventuring party, okay.
I would not say that we're fancy or schmancy.
Well, perhaps Gond has really answered our prayers this evening. I mean, in a mine, it would be the place for him, of course. But please, you said you'd be able to help Hughes.
Yes. I'll rush over to Hughes and I will give him... Does he look like really badly injured?
He's got one very, very injured leg. It looks possibly broken.
Can I just put like 10 points of lay on hands healing onto that, and would that allow him to walk for the day?
Bang! Yeah, you put your 10 points of healing in, and it's a bit of a horrible bone snapping sound as his leg reassesses itself, and he definitely cries out in pain. But you can also see some of the bloody cuts that are surrounded the break close slightly. It's just like, oh, thanks are in order, I suppose. Thank you.
No problem.
Truly, I mean, honestly, I perhaps I will give it to Fandy and Bygond that you have arrived then.
Well, today it's by Sune, but you know we're all friends here. You know, you
Jesus,
just
it's by us.
Let me have my moment, girl.
No, don't thank your God.
Sune is beautiful. We don't take enough time to appreciate that, but you know, I let it slide. This is my moment.
This is...
You may thank Sune, and I'll do a small bow, and then I'll turn around. Thank you very much.
Thanks
Anyway.
as well then. All of you for your. If they say if Tina says you've cleared out the front, we were.
Tina.
Yes, we've been trapped in here. They chased us from deeper in the forest, and we kind of ran to the first place that we could think of for cover, but there was already a giant man-eating tree here, so...
So the giant man-eating tree wasn't chasing you, it was like the little plant wolf things.
Yes, there's more of them much deeper in the forest. We were a party of 3, and now we're a party of 2, to put it nicely.
Sorry for your loss.
Medirias will be missed. But we think at least we might have found something.
What did you find?
Well, 2 things really. First thing is deeper in the forest. Medirias shouted that he found some kind of cave-in the floor, and there's no caves. This is the only cave in this cliff face around here. But then him shouting attracted the creatures, and so we had to run back. Sorry, it's yes. And when we're here, Tina did some scouting further in. Once my leg had been broken, I was useless, basically. And one thing that she noticed, and is definitely true, the air smells different in a mine. Usually it's dusty and horrible in here, but it smells sweeter here, as you can tell. And you can tell this in that it does have a slight floral scent down here, which you did not expect this far underground. And the other thing is we can hear water. And,
Alright.
well, there's not usually water in a mine.
No, but you know what water is very good at?
What?
Helping plants. grow and say it's then their structure. So I think that that's probably the source of all of our problems, is down there with the water.
So, in running away from the wolves, you think that we ran directly into the problem?
Sounds like it.
The others will just be making themselves, Tina and Ula and Kalok, I'm not going to speak for them, are making themselves sitting around the fire at this point. And Tina will just turn to Kalok and just be, you think that this is going to happen to all the trees, that these are not just a static threat, but a something that would attack us? I mean, that was a pretty brutal fight from what I saw, and she will look around to all of you and just be, are you all okay? Are you good at this sort of thing?
Yeah,
We're
fine.
we're good
We're
at this
good.
sort of thing. Yeah.
We're used to it.
Point us to the water.
Water, and he'll point down one of the tunnels which seems to lead deeper into the mine and just be, that's where the sounds are coming from. Definitely dripping constantly. We didn't really want to head too far in because we didn't want to get lost. Not that you can't really get lost, it's just pretty much a straight shot, but we needed to stay near the entrance in case we could escape. If you're going to head down there, then if my leg is strong enough to walk on, I guess me and Tina are going to try and head back to the village.
I might hold off if I were you.
Oh yeah, because obviously, if you could get attacked again, and if we manage to sort out the problem, I hope maybe we can stop them all being hostile out there.
Exactly. And then join you on the way out.
Yeah, so then, we don't need to bury any more bodies today.
That's very true. I mean, I would prefer to get out of this wretched place, but yes, we can rest here a bit longer, and but I don't think we'll be able to accompany you down. We wouldn't be much help. We'd be more of a hindrance.
Nah,
That's perfectly
that's
fine.
fine.
You stay up here. But think about this. At least it smells like flowers.
Yes. You'll need some kind of light, of course, and Tina will will take, there's a bundle of torches which you can quite clearly use for mine use off to one side. She lights it on the campfire and hands it to one of you. And, I mean, good luck. Yeah. She will point you down in one direction. Are you guys ready to head down immediately, or are there more questions that you guys would like to ask?
I think it would just be heading down, unless someone stopped her.
I would be following, but I do want to try and do some kind of is there a kind of check I can do, figure out why the floral smells down here? If it's linked to any type of magic, say fey magic, for instance.
I will give you a nature check.
Okay. Whew. I give myself a little tap on the shoulder.
Of course you do.
Guidance.
Guidance is in this game.
Woo! Beautiful. That is a 22.
So, 22, that's obviously really, really good. So, remind me again, what is it you were specifically trying to check?
I'm trying to figure out if what the floral smell is, if it's anything to do with magic, or how it's come to be from a dusty smelling mine to the flower situation, basically.
You can't specifically tell magic of this, but this is particularly as you go deeper, especially, you will get it more and more pungent. It gets really quite strong. And I'm going to say this is triggering some memories for some of you. I would say it's triggering memories for Ren, Leah, and Seraphina, but not Eritrea. And I'm going to say it reminds you of Lord Absirian. This, when he did the big display in the council chambers in the Flying Castle, in his bedroom especially, Leah, the one who ventured into his bed. You know what? I'm not going to give any context for anybody watching. You just ventured into his bed.
Such shy rogue over there.
So yeah, those of you who had interaction with Lord Obsidian, which is Leah and Seraphina, recognize this as it brings to mind his ilk, his type. So I would say from that you would be able to guess there is something not entirely natural to this, not native to this plane about this smell.
It's Faye.
Yeah, it's vague. Yeah.
It reeks
Uh,
for that good fucker.
Just
makes you think that?
it's the smell. I can almost
The smell?
It's all flowery and
the flowery smell. It's
Hmm.
very similar to that lord guy from the floating castle.
Ah, I see.
Just remember that anything could turn into something when it comes to fey magic, and we should be fine.
Anything can turn into, or something can turn into anything. Very, very true. So deeper you go. The air becomes heavier as you head further down. The pungent smell does become, or the floral smell becomes more pungent as you head down, and you do start to hear the dripping of water. Now, can I just ask, who would be leading this expedition? Who's feeling adventurous and heading deep with it?
If it was all like tight kind of corridors and stuff, I guess I would try and be at least in front of the party so that they have to try and get through me first. But we do normally have our favorite rogue a little bit further ahead, but I don't know if you want to do that this time.
Yeah, but I'm reading a book today, so I'm probably at the back
You
reading my
are
ghost
reading
story.
the thing, yeah. So I will take lead. I also have dark vision as well.
I would say that Seraphina would try to get ahead, but you'd have to like push past me to get ahead because Seraphina just again wants this done. Sorry, I don't mean to make Seraphina an annoying character for everyone else. Seraphina's doing this, Seraphina's doing that. But I'm just thinking, what would she be doing right now? And she'd probably be like, "Let's get this done. Let's go." People
Yes,
will.
You have your Ren, you have your Ren, you have your Paladin and your Druid striding ahead.
We have
And then you've got your Leah, kind of wandering at the back. Do you have dark vision? I just want to check. You do.
Yeah.
It's a bit difficult to make out the words on the page, but you're managing. And
Like that.
oh yeah. So I'm going to say you are reading, because we said this was a collection of short horror stories, didn't we?
Mm.
You're going to be probably creeping yourself out about stories of it's a classic folk tale of mole people living within the hills that would come out and steal away children at night.
Yeah.
So every little scratch and falling stone you hear to your ears sound like claws digging through the earth.
As I walk,
Nice.
I scratch my scythe on the floor. Not thinking about it. I'm just doing that.
Not helping. Ula and Kaloch will be kind of around in the middle, and Kaloch will take decisive hold of Eritrea's arm as they're walking and just be. What was her voice? This rather exciting, isn't it? You been delving down below often?
Excuse me?
Just kidding with you, young one. Ula groans, standing next to her. Hey, Locke, do you really have to speak like that to who you've only just met?
Oh, no, I like it.
You like dungeoneering? Yes?
Yeah?
Yes, where it's dark and... I can't make anything. Let's say where it's dark and damp and monsters could be afoot.
Oh.
Sense of adventure, I guess.
Wonderful. Why are you an adventurer? If you don't mind me asking. I mean, we've got some time. We'll walk.
I guess, growing up, I was mostly trapped somewhere. I was trapped in an orphanage, trapped in a home. And adventuring, I'm free. And I get to tell stories.
Wonderful. Sounds perfectly nice. If you like stories, you should talk to that. What's her name? Marcy of where the village, the house where we're staying. She likes stories as well.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Have you been in dangerous scrapes before?
Yeah. I got a couple of nice bite marks on my thighs.
And I thought she'll turn to you and be like, and I thought I was making the innuendo today.
Yeah, I've had a fair few injury, unfortunately, but I've always made it out.
You have indeed. Wonderful. And you look after Seraphina well.
I'll try to.
Yes. She's not been too much to handle. She certainly has her ways about her.
She sure does.
Fiery spirit.
Oh, Seraphina. Yep.
She certainly has a fire within her, which is rare for a druid. You don't want to mix fire with wood, but certainly appreciate it.
Meanwhile, I hold out my torch.
Very true. Anyway, those of you in the front, you will... The sound of water is becoming louder, and you actually... Just around the next bend, you see on the wall a faint red glow. Right now, you can't really tell what it is, but as you round the corner... In fact, you're all going to recognise this because Ren showed it to you earlier. You see throughout the rock in front of you what looks like thunder rock. Red stone, which they had told you was recently found within this mine. A powerful, innate magic within stone. And as you cast your eyes around and you step forward, you splash, as this appears to be where some of the water is coming from. The sound of it, certainly. As you look around this... I'm not going to say as you look around. You're now in this smallish cavern where there is, on the far side, a vein of red rock throughout. Seraphina.
Does the water look drinkable?
It's too dark, you don't really see, but you have just stood in it with your feet.
The question still remains.
Do a perception. Perception or investigation, either one.
Or survival.
Survival, that is fair, yes.
God, okay, good. 17.
Pretty good. The water you're standing in does not. However, you spot from... I'm going to say you're using your survival in that you're following the water upstream, because you can tell there is a slight flow to this. As you follow it upstream, you get to the other side just by the glowing red rock, and you see water appears to be flowing down the rock, coming through this rock itself, through little holes between the stones. And this looks pretty clear, drinkable.
I look at it and I start slurping it up to test.
It tastes... It's cold. It's minerally. And every now and then you get, a bit of an odd gritty taste, as maybe a small bit of grit has filtered down through the water. But yeah, it's drinkable.
That's fine, I wash my hair with it.
It's really not that much. It's literally just... It is running down the walls more than flowing out like a river.
Oh, okay. Well, then I just slurp it up a bit.
Yeah. You don't have to put your hands under so you can fill a cup of your hands with water, for example.
Oh no, I went straight. So I almost described it as straight salt burn.
I have no idea what that means. I haven't seen it.
But as in,
Okay,
from
don't
the
mind.
source. Anyway, don't worry about it.
So Seraphina is checking out the water. Let's go with Leah. What are you doing? You're at the back, and you almost possibly bump into the others because you were so intent on your book, and you look up, and you're in this glowing red cavern.
Yeah, I'll probably bump into someone. Notice that the rocks and just say like, be careful everyone, we are basically like in the middle of a bomb, but then taking an apple from one of my mini pockets and continue reading and walking, not looking where I'm going. So being really not careful.
You're wandering around the cave, quite enjoying your story. You've just got to pick the juicy bit where the king of the mole people has been angered by a village, and so is exploding out through the earth. And he's covered in, he's half skeletal as described. Bits of the dead children are hanging out of his guts because it's a horror film, or it's a horror book, so that's what you're reading. Good to know everyone is interacting with my adventures nicely. I'm kidding. Eri, you've still got one arm trapped by the deceptively strong grip of Kalok.
I think I would have kind of pulled away at some point and just kind of gone ahead a bit. I probably would have seen Leah bump into somebody while reading.
I would say it's Ula.
Ula, okay. Yeah, I definitely say I saw that. And I think as I'm walking by, I'd make a passing comment and be like, oh, I'm starting to get jealous of the amount of time you're spending in that book.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, since the beginning, I'll probably do really annoying comments like first like little noises like woo woo, and then like, oh wow, she's such a good writer, such a good storyteller. When Albard is also really good at it, but yeah, just being annoying.
What's your passive perception, Leah? And while Leah's looking that up, Eritrea, how loudly have you said, I'm getting jealous?
I wouldn't say it was like a normal sort of, if I was having a conversation with someone next to me, like a normal, I wouldn't have shouted it, but I didn't say it quietly.
Okay, so most other people have heard. I'm going to get you just... Okay, I've got an idea in my head about how loudly you will say it. What's your passive perception, Leah?
14.
40. Yes, you hear Eritrea say this, even.
I don't act on it. I just like get my cheeks a little bit red, I guess. No, it's not possible. Never mind. It looks like nothing happened, but stuff is happening in my head.
Okay.
Cool as a cucumber.
You're suddenly more staring at the book than reading at it, as your mind is on other things.
Your mind blushes.
Ben.
Can I take a look around?
You absolutely can. Please roll an investigation check. It took 3 people to do this.
I rolled a survival check. I learned things.
If not, Greg, I have passive investigation.
Because I'm actively doing it, I'm going to give myself guidance, okay?
That's fine.
It did not help. Oh yeah, I forgot that's -1. Okay, cool. That's a 5. Yeah, that's a 5.
Damn. Okay. You have dark vision, though, right?
Yeah.
How do I want to... Okay, I would say... It's not a nice place to be in this active mine. You're splashing about in... Maybe just like... It's like toe-deep water. And it's a weird glowing red rock. And unfortunately, you have it, but dark vision doesn't give you can see in the dark. It gives you various shades of greys and blues and blacks. How I imagine a dog sees, if that helps. And
The yellows.
so you can't really make out much around the rock, other than the water appears to be coming through the cracks behind it.
I guess I would just go closer to it and try and see if I can figure out more. Like, was there a particular chunk that was removed that caused it to leak? Something like that?
So it appears to be coming through multiple different holes behind it. So it doesn't appear to be just like you took the stone and the wall collapsed or anything like that.
Can I jam the end of my scythe into a hole?
Just before you do, Leah had their hand up.
Oh.
Yeah, I just want to roll an investigation because I think the comment of Eritrea just put me out of the story, realizing that it's quite urgent. I should help. Seeing the paladin, like I just imagine like a big question mark behind his head.
Yeah, I'm just looking around like,
I was like, okay, I'm going to help.
take the lows.
And I'm asking myself the question of where does it come from? What is the source? Is there any kind of magic? Like, how does it work? Like the mechanism of these rocks and this water and what's happening. Sorry, it's a vague question, but
No, that's absolutely
It's a
fine.
confusing
Roll
story.
investigation.
I almost rolled with guidance just because I'm used to it. Oh! 8.
You
Because I
get
don't
just
have
as much
the-
information as Ren does, which is
Mm.
basically fuck all. It's definitely
I'm-
coming from the other side of this wall.
I'm just standing next to him like... Nothing else.
I get close. Like, what am I supposed to do with this?
I don't know.
Nope, see nothing. I got nothing. I got nothing.
Serafina.
Yeah. So I jam the end of my scythe in the handle end in there and try to dislodge a rock or something from the holes. If it's coming out of multiple small holes within this bigger thing, then I'm thinking if we tear down this wall, we'll find something.
It's a fair thought. This is a wall of explosive rock.
Oh, Serafina wasn't listening.
Do you still do this?
Yeah,
Okay.
I saw it.
You're sticking it in.
Can we try to stop him from exploding
Yeah.
us all?
Um,
Can we see the scythe go up? And I'm like, wait, what? No.
What? I'm just sticking it in the hole.
Ben
It's
and
explosive.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah. I was going to say you could do a contested like dexterity check if you wanted to literally roll against each other, but if you just want to roleplay it, that's absolutely fine too.
I like role playing. I stick it in, but I don't do anything with it until Ren tells me to.
Guys, I didn't expect this
It's-
mine to be so full of sexual innuendos.
This is not in the plan. I guess I like kind of like reach my hands out for the other side. That's part of the scythe. I'm like, let's not cause explosion with everyone here. Okay, that's
What do you mean
not.
this was an explosion?
This is like mini bombs, basically.
Oh, shite.
You throw it at something, it explodes. You tamper with it, you knock it with a scythe, it explodes. And there's a lot here. We'll all die. That's not a good idea.
I do it. No, I don't do it.
Oh goodness me!
She puts down her scythe. I've now got this. This is my scythe.
I collapse against the wall slightly. Just
The
very so
explosive
slightly.
wall? Do you collapse against the explosive
No,
wall?
like the bit next to it. I'm just like, oh, okay.
Well, that's no fun then. Ah! I can turn into a vine and go through the hole.
That work? I mean, as
There
long
are
as you're
small
careful.
holes, so you can turn into small ants.
Why was this not your first option?
I forgot that it was explosive. I really thought destroying the wall was the best idea.
I just said that we are working inside of a bomb, but okay.
I mean, I
That was when you were stuck in the book, so you know we thought it might have been in the book. So
I really just thought, actually, I have no excuse. I wasn't listening to you. Yeah.
right.
All right. Anyway, I'll turn myself into a plant and get in that hole.
Okay, so
I will give the plant some guidance before they leave.
you turn into a vine and slither into the hole.
So sorry.
It takes some time because you are essentially heading. Actually, no, it doesn't. It's a bit of a more of a tight fit because you're having to push against water. But actually, very quickly, you fall out the other side of the hole. and you find that actually it's a relatively thin wall. And on the other side, you find the rock appears to have been cracked and broken apart very significantly by intense root works. That you don't really know if it was there before this or not. But there appears to be a reasonable passage on the other side that you can head further in the unexplored areas beneath this forest.
Ren, on the other side of this, is going to hear my voice in his head.
Don't you have to be able to see them?
Which one are you using?
I've got the feet of telepathic.
Telepathy feet, yeah.
Yeah, because that's to help me whilst I'm in plant mode.
Yeah, any creature you can see within 60 feet.
Yeah, it's message that you can do through walls.
Oh, you're right. You can speak any creature you can see. Okay. Then I come out of plant shape. And I slither through like a vine, land on the other side, crumbled up, and then just pop up into frame, just like. Guys.
Yep.
Come on,
Can
you
you
gotta
hear me?
shout to get through the wall.
Guys.
Yeah,
Ren.
yeah, yeah.
Ren.
Yep.
Ren.
This one. Yes.
Eric.
Hello.
Leah.
Oh, fuck that.
Ula.
Mm,
Kedok. Kedok.
yes?
Oh, perfect.
Ula
Wait,
like nudges her and she's like, what? I didn't hear anything. What?
No, I'm on the other side of this wall. It doesn't seem that thick. There is a bit of water here, but there's a path.
So you said it wasn't very, the wall wasn't very thick, so we could probably try and get through.
Yeah, do you want me to
These
blast it with my scythe?
Yeah.
Do you not think it's going to still explode all the floor?
Yeah,
Oh,
like-
that side. No.
Wait,
No.
what?
No. I misunderstood. It's walls in the way.
I mean, I could, and then it will definitely open.
We're not doing that.
I hopefully all of the rest of you can turn into vines. Then we be fine?
I'm sure the other two from the commune can't they?
Yeah, they probably.
Yes,
can.
we can, but maybe there's a bit more of a straightforward way to get through a wall that explodes.
Explode it. That's what I'm saying.
But
I mean, if we all get a
like,
distance away, we can.
yeah, is it possible?
I'm sorry, what was the exact question? I spoke over each other.
Is it possible to explode everything like if we are far away? Without
It's
being hurt?
explosive rock, and the way it was described to you that, like, if it's thrown or something hits it, it does explode. They never said you had to be standing next to it.
Okay, then back off and we throw something on it and it will explode.
Or you can throw a knife at it.
Mhm.
Cool.
Or I can shoot an arrow.
Yeah.
Whilst everyone's talking about it, just for roleplay, I just imagine Seraphina doesn't quite hear it, and so is trying to put her ear by one of the holes. And when you do throw something at it, I want her to be looking at it with her eye just through one of the holes, seeing everyone and going like, "Oh shit," and then running back.
So you guys are backing up towards the entrance, I guess, to this cavern.
Yeah, I will shout that we're about to explode the rock. Back up.
What? What did you say? Oh shit!
Okay. You can probably get about 30 feet away from this wall. And how do you
Can
know
they
it?
just all get out and can I not be 60 feet away?
You can't be within 60 feet and still be able to see it because of the size of the cavern and the tunnel itself. You can probably be around 30 feet away.
Okay, can everybody go out at least? Like I'm the only one staying inside for my things, and then I will run during the second and three things.
I will get 30 feet. No, can I get 60 feet away as well because I'm running away?
You can head further down this dark passage, although it's pretty much pitch black for you. You don't have dark vision. You are just running into.
I have the light.
You didn't
turned
when
to
you
a
went
vine.
through, though.
Didn't I? What,
'cause-
everything I held turned into the thing with me.
Does
Oh,
everything you hold go with it?
You on fire?
I understand like a bag and a clothes and stuff, sure, but like literally like the stuff you're holding? Then your scythe does.
My scythe does.
I mean,
I
yeah,
think
sure. I'd
it was
have to look
a
into it. I'm
magical
going to say
item.
yeah now.
I feel
Yeah.
like if it was a magical item, I'd have to attune to it first or something. That was my guess.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
I'll look into it after the session, but for now, it appears to be, because your scythe does, I'm just going to say it's an extension of your scythe, basically, it's another thing you're holding. So yeah, you peg it down the, this long, narrow, root-lined passageway. It's trippy, so I'm probably going to ask you to roll a dexterity check in a second for it, but not right now. The rest of you get outside 30 feet, and then Leah, you say
Yeah.
throws a knife.
Can I describe how? Because I want my James Bond moment in a really nonchalant way. I'm still reading my thing with my apple in my hand and just realize I cannot throw a knife without this. So just put my apple in my mouth, just throw a knife and leave. And behind me, I want the explosion.
Cool guys don't look at explosions. So, yes, you can throw it with the apple in your mouth, you can turn, and behind you there is a thunderous crashing noise as your knife sails through the air. I'm not going to get you to roll to hit because you're hitting a wall. And just for a second, there was a bright red flash. There's no fire, there's no like flame or anything like that. It is, however, a shockwave that will head down both sides of the corridor. I'm going to say Leah, because you were the closest one for this, and Seraphina, because you are not only running away from it, you are running over a root-lined passageway with roots making up the floor as well. I'm going to say Leah has to make a dexterity saving throw, and Seraphina has to make a dexterity saving throw with a higher DC because of the ground you're running across.
Fuck's sake.
Ooh la la. 7.
Ooh, that's not good.
It's because of the description I gave. It's all my fault.
I like the fact that Seraphina's dedication to looking cool has just had you being put in harm's way.
No,
but it's
not
funny.
to look cool, but to be funny. And that really bit me in the ass because dirty 0 wasn't that one with -1.
Okay, well, you're both gonna take force damage. Leah, I've just thrown it across the floor. Hang on, that doesn't count. Okay, you only take 4 bits of force damage because I rolled really low. You managed to get round the corner, which is the entrance to the cavern. However, the force of the air does still throw you to one side, and you were basically thrown sidelong into the wall of the passage.
I know what I'm going to say because it's so violent that my book falls on the floor. I'm just like, no, what about the page? Like, that's fine.
I'm also going to say, because you rolled so low, the apple is blown from your mouth, and so it's now strewn across the floor. You have lost your apple.
Oh,
I'm still hungry.
devastating.
Very quickly before we go to Seraphina, Eritrea and Ren, what's your reaction to you see Leah disappear around the corner and then sprint round only to be thrown sideways?
It's quite cool.
Start with Eri.
I think I go running over to see if she's alright.
You do get a shockwave. It doesn't hurt you, but you feel the force, and the rock around you shakes. It almost feels like a very minor earthquake for a second. And there is definitely a pause where you go, is the ceiling about to collapse? And it doesn't. So you can run forward to check on Leanne.
Yeah.
Do you want to say anything while you're running over?
Okay.
Or just like...
Sure. No, well, yeah. I think I go and then kneel down and be like, "You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
You sure?
Yeah, I wasn't really careful. Sorry.
That's quite. Yeah, you went flying.
It happens.
But you were like one of your arrows.
Yeah, that wasn't a nice feeling.
Can I help you up?
Yes, please, thank you.
I help you up.
You help you up. You certainly groan a bit as you stand up, and Ula and Kalok. Kalok is like laughing a bit behind you, just being like, "You need to." I really can't remember what her voice was last week. It's annoying me. Just like
It was a bit low, a bit masculine actually, like an old woman who smokes a lot.
you Your dedication to looking cool for your amour is going to be your downfall. And Ula again gives her a bit of an annoyed nudge, just like, come on, be cool. And if you're to look through the entrance to this cavern, you can see rocks have been thrown everywhere. The roof has partially fallen in this immediate vicinity. And you can see Zerfina was in fact right. On the far side, there is another passage which has been cracked. It looks like it had once been solid rock, but as you can now see more, root systems are running entirely through this, and it has definitely ripped the rock apart in some areas. One of which water is flowing down, which is the source of the water. But from where you see, you can't see Seraphina.
I would run as soon as we couldn't see Seraphina.
Yeah, so you are sprinting across. You're having to like clamber over some heavy debris. Part of the roof has kind of collapsed, so you're able to make your way reasonably well over. And you run down this passageway, and you find Seraphina is face down on the floor, having taken a dirty 0. You find, firstly, her leg has been trapped in one of the roots, and then she was flung forward, so she wasn't able to get very far.
Oh,
That's a
12 points of force damage.
okay. I can survive that.
I guess I'll run over and unlodge her leg from the root, and while I'm doing that, I'll give my last 5 points of lay on hands healing. So, yeah, you can get away from that side. And then I would offer to help you up.
I'm fine. Why didn't you warn me?
I did warn you, you know it. I hid your shit. I hid your shit.
Out loud enough.
Are you okay?
I am absolutely A-okay.
Because I can use my last spell of the day to heal you a bit more if you need it.
Let's maybe not do that. I think we'll need you down there.
Okay, but if it gets worse, let me know.
Perfectly fine. Everyone else okay?
Yeah, Leo was looking really cool. I got flown into a wall a little bit, but they seem mostly fine.
Damn, that does sound cool.
Oh, yeah. Well, the flying into the wall bit was not the cool part. They, did the cool like knife throw, did the turnaround, not even waiting for it to explode, which might have been the issue here.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, but cool guys can be hit by explosions. It's perfectly fine.
Indeed. They seem fine.
Fine. Anyway, onwards.
I will say, just Seraphina, you are fine. Ren has healed you. You've got a few minor cuts, but you have quite hurt your knee. I'm going to say that's one thing that because it got twisted up in the route as you ran. So do with that what you will.
I take a step and the perceptive of you will see that I kind of wince a bit. But she holds her breath and keeps going, walking on her scythe, as like a walking stick.
I guess seeing that, I'll walk on that side in case they need my shoulder to steady themselves or anything like that. But I know better
That's
than
the more
to ask
perceptive of you.
or say or anything. Just I'll just be like, I'll just stand there in case. I'll walk that side in case.
However, despite all of this, you have achieved your mini task very successfully. You've blown open a wall and got to the passage on the other side. It takes a little bit of time for the older of the group to clamber over the rocks, but you make your way down this root-lined passage. And the water is getting flowing a bit heavier as you head up this passage until you come across something you were not expecting to find in a normal mine, which is a large chasm in front of you. You walk out on this, the entrance to this tunnel, and you find a huge crevasse in the rocks. And it goes as far as you can see with your dark vision in either direction. On the other side, you can see some ledges and a very short passage heading even further, from which you can see a glow coming. You can't see what's causing it because it's round a corner. This is not the same red glow as you had before. This is a strange light blue glow.
Probably lapis lazuli.
But
Greg, have you been playing Minecraft recently?
No.
Your ravine, there's redstone.
However, this is about 15. Yeah, 15 to, I'm going to say it's 18 feet across, approximately. A difficult jump for those not athletic, but it appears to be the only place to go, unless you wanted to jump down into what looks to you a near bottomless cavern. The rock you are standing on is also extremely wet, as even from the above you, more water is cascading down.
Can I do the typical movie thing of kicking a rock down the chasm to see if I hear it hitting the thing? So I'll just like...
And it falls, and it falls, and it falls, and you hear a small splash at the bottom. Imagine the water is flowing not just down into the mine, but also down into this cavern. But you cannot see the bottom, and it fell for quite a way.
I mean, if we land in the water, we won't take fall damage.
Well, we'd probably be stuck there.
So,
And we won't take fall damage.
If we use ropes like that to secure ourselves a little bit.
If you want, me, the druids, the Shalog, we can all be your rope if you want.
What do you mean?
Wait, you could do that?
I'm just imagining we could be vines.
And how would that work?
Well, these strong vines, and you'd tie us to one end, and then you got 3 ropes. No baggage.
Would that be strong enough though?
I don't know. We'll have to ask the DM.
strong enough to do what? Like, you've just said use ropes at this time.
I'm not sure what's my idea, but I was thinking like if someone managed to jump, they can throw a rope like that. If someone else tried to jump, at least they can help with the rope. We can make a line between the two parts and secure ourselves whilst we jump. Attach the rope on our side to a big rock like that. If we fall, we are still attached. Something like that.
Okay, so bring yourselves, decide how you would like, who's going first. I mean, obviously, also I want to ask actually before we start. You're all standing at the edge of a pitch black cavern. So Athena, your light doesn't go that far, honestly. and the rest of your dark vision doesn't either. How do you guys feel at this point, where you are literally, it feels, standing on the edge of a perilous drop? I will start with Ben.
I was probably completely chill until I kicked the rock, and then it took ages to hit the water. And I was like, "Oh, I don't think I can come back from that." So I'm kind of like looking down, realizing I can't see anything down there. It's like, "Oh, that's genuinely terrifying." Okay, cool. And then you'll probably turn around and then join the rest of the group while deciding on obviously how to get across.
Okay. Seraphina, how are you feeling? You're both underground, and yet also not, like, you're looking into a void. The two things Seraphina is not too much of a fan of.
Well, Seraphina's fine underground. It's more that this is where the metal belongs. um, Staring into a void is not great. I will. Yeah, Seraphina is anxious. Again, still wanting to get this done. So I think there's a bit of her that's actually thinking more more pragmatically than emotionally right now. Which I never thought I'd say for Seraphina.
Character growth.
I don't know if that's character growth. She's not really. She's not thinking enough of. Oh, hang on, she's been hurt. She has very few spell slots left, and she's used up one of her plant shapes. So she's trying to think of solutions, and it's just like, I could jump there.
Even with your wounded knee?
She'll think it. She's
Okay.
deluded. But I will say, I would imagine probably from the blast and the water and everything there, she probably doesn't have the torch anymore.
That would actually make sense if that had been blown out your hand in the same way the apple was blown out of Leah's mouth into the water, especially. And also, your robes are soaked at this point as well, because you were lying in a puddle for a little bit. Yeah, you're still wearing it, but it's wet. Eritrea, how are you feeling in this cavernous of places?
A little anxious as well, I think, because it's so dark and quiet. I almost imagine it's what it's like to be blind.
Oh, wow. That's a really good description, actually. Very succinct, I like it. Although, actually, that actually sounds also terrifying as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I think as a player, I'll be scared and I will give up and go home and have a tea. But I think that Leah is quite excited because they love to parkour. They love to jump from roof to roof. So if it's okay, I think I'm about to describe an action. They probably start. Yeah.
I think we can do that now that we kind of know how everyone's feeling. I just wanted to get an idea of how people are reacting in this little scene that we have going on. Yeah, you said you had an idea.
Yeah, I'll probably take out my rope, tie down around my waist, put it around the paladin, and like that he has it like this to have more strength in case I fall. Prepare a scroll in case I fall, and be like on the starting blocks saying like, okay, I'm ready, should I go first?
I'll give you a tap on the shoulders like, this is just like rooftop to rooftop. You'll be completely fine. And if you're not, I've got you.
I had an idea. I know you. I mean, we can do our thing here, but in case things go wrong, I have plan B.
Awesome.
Okay.
It's less dangerous, but you do yours.
And I give you guidance.
Thank you. That's just close. Is it acrobatics or athletics?
Ooh, I really should have looked up when I knew this was going to happen. I believe it's athletics. That's what I would want it to be.
I hope it is acrobatics as it's parkour.
Yes, that makes far more sense. So it's well over 10 feet. You're doing a jump. Yes, please roll an acrobatics check.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Athletics. I said the wrong one. I literally just said the wrong one. I'm sorry. It's the dex one. The dex one.
That's acrobatics. Acrobatics is the dex one. Yes. Athletics is the strength one.
Yeah.
Because that pizza's strong.
Right, so you're having a run up. You said?
Yeah.
Interesting. You're doing a long jump. Feet up to your strength. Up to your strength score if you move at least 10 feet on foot. What is your strength score?
It's like nothing. It's probably +0. Yeah. So I cannot do it.
No,
If I knew if it was strength, I wouldn't do it.
Do a DC athletics check for additional length.
If
Well,
it's
that would be strength,
athletics,
so
that'll
that
be
means-
that'll be me.
Yeah.
Can we not do it by acrobatics?
Describe how you're going to be jumping. The answer is probably
So-
yes, but I would like you to describe how you're going to jump.
Do you want me to do a flip for me to roll acrobatics?
Do somersault in the air to the other side.
Would I raise the DC?
It will
Probably.
change it depending on how you want to. Basically, describe how you're going to be jumping. If you're going to be like doing the classic, like runner's pose, so you're going to be going as fast as possible. Describe how you're going to jump.
They already said they're doing a flip.
I just want to make it the most acrobatic you can think of, like jumping from side to side to give myself the most, I don't know, science, enhance thing, fly in the sky.
Boom, 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 boom.
So it's all about being light and like a flea more than a strong paladin, just like, yeah, I got this.
Okay. I can say that because you're so sure of foot in yourself, you managed to jump. It looks like you're running so fast you're going to fall off the edge, and your foot is directly on the edge to get that extra jump. In the same way that in your past you've jumped off ledges from rooftop to rooftop, you have to sometimes be at the very edge. So you're being very nimble. You're doing that kind of. It's the same kind of graceful leap rather than big long jump. Yes. Okay, that will have a certain DC for you to do.
Okay.
Please roll it.
With acrobatics.
Yes.
Thank you.
And guidance. And guidance.
Oh putain, j'ai un peu lien. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I have a psychic die, and I'm going to use it now.
Have you already added your guidance as well?
18.
18. That's fine.
Frankly, like I'm imagining people holding their breath because, like, I imagine a little rock just breaking behind their feet when they're about to jump, and like they almost disappear for a second or something. About to disappear.
You kind of need all the help you get with this because you've rolled both bonus die you can get from guidance and psychic. So I'm going to say that as you go through, like Ren slaps you on the back to give you that guidance and push you a bit. And it still looks like you're going to fall flat because, as you say, the rock kind of falls away under your foot. It's quite perilous. And it might be a trick of the light. Have I gone?
I like your description. I wanted to add a more cinematographic shot where the camera is in front of the other, so you can see everybody looking down. And there's this last shot of my knife just digging into the floor. I'd just be like, oh, because I almost fell, but I just catch it at the last minute.
You jump and you fall below the ledge as if on the screen, but then the extra hand comes up and you're able to go up. Yep, that's very different from what I was going to suggest, but I like that. I was going to suggest that you basically, it looks like a trick of the light, but it looks like you jump off an invisible platform that was going to be your psychic die use. So it looks like you almost double jump. But no, I like what you did better. Go on. You managed to get across, and you have the rope with you, which is attached to Ren on the other side.
I think I just end up with a woo! That was so fun!
That was insane! Oh, I'm gonna have a heart attack. Oh god.
But that's really risky, so I don't know if we should all do that looking at Keller.
I mean, my solution was actually just to use mold earth to make a tunnel around the side.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why did you even say it before?
yeah, that's
Because I
an
wanted to
incredible
see how
idea.
I wanted to see how this turned out.
Okay.
So you can't go around a side. You have to go directly across this chasm because you can't see the two ends of this
True.
earth crack.
But what we could do is just go down. If everyone stands in a 5-foot square together,
Isn't that where the big hole is, though?
well, if there's the big hole, yeah, we just go to the bottom of the hole and then.
No, we ain't doing that. No, we are not going to the bottom of the hole.
Are you sure there's water down there?
Yeah, it doesn't look like we're going to have a good way to get back up.
All right.
This would be really funny if at the end you just went down and just go, oh fuck, we're stuck.
I
Yeah,
mean,
should I just check if there's anything interesting? Because I don't want you to cross for no reason.
oh yeah, that's a very good idea. Keep walking. Don't worry about the rope's length. Just walk as far as you.
Tie it to something first before you walk off.
No. Keep walking with the rope. Keep walking with the rope.
That's a bad idea. I will fall off the thing. I am tied to the other side of this rope right now.
Oh yeah,
Oh, no.
actually, could I have my rope back? Like, just let go. I'll take it back.
No, tie it to one of your sides so we can use it as a little rope bridge for the older ones.
Fair enough. I'll be back.
Does he mean me? Or does he
Yes, I mean you. Yes, I completely mean you. You're strong, but you need a little bit of assistance going over the thing, okay? That's cut and dry of it right now.
Well, I'm going to say this. That actually is very rude and very ageist of you. Actually, the age is but a number for us.
You cast a spell and fell over. What do you want from me?
You cast a spell and yell to your god like it's your fucking mummy.
That's an interesting development, actually. I'm going to have to think about that as I'm going to tie the, the rope around a piece of rock over on this side to create so we can have like a one line at least.
Okay, if you both do that, that's fine. Leah, you head down and you turn the corner and you do see something worth interesting. I don't want to describe it until everybody's there, though.
Yeah? Could you maybe, for me, describe my reaction when I come back to them? Like, do I look scared, excited to have like a teaser about what's in the corner?
Your eyes are a strong surprise, followed by, I'm hoping, awe and wonder.
Okay, I'm really excited, so I'm
Yes.
just waiting for them to.
They look terrified. I don't think we should go.
So, Athena, you can't see right now.
I'm imagining that I can. There is a glow that is glowing.
You can see a light on the far side. This is really quite scary for you.
I know.
I don't want to say it's scary. You have very minimal vision.
Terrifying. I'm sure they're seeing something terrifying.
Okay, people, can you cross now? Because I'm afraid of mole people. I don't want them to get me.
There's
There's
more
more
people down
people?
there?
I'll go next.
No.
Okay, Eri. You have some options. You can try and do the run and jump. You can try and use some of your magic. I'm not sure what would help. Or you can use the rope bridge. Or you could ask Ren to throw you if you really wanted.
I'm gonna run very confidently and quite fast and just jump.
Can I do that? Can I stand there ready to do the pat on the back slight push thing for guidance?
And I'm ready to catch her, if possible.
Okay. I love the balls on Eri. This is fantastic. Please. Okay, so you have a choice. You can either do this using just pure strength, that you're trying to use, your thigh and your glutes to push off, or
I'm
you
thinking
can
more
try
speed.
and dexterity. So that would be that's acrobatics, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Acrobatics. Please roll an acrobatics check with an additional D4 because Ren. If you wanted as well, I will just say. Oh no, you can't give yourself bardic inspiration. You can't. Sorry.
So it's a D20 plus my modifier of
Acrobatics.
1?
Yeah.
Oh, acrobatics is 1.
Yeah.
So I got 18.
Exactly the same. But you
Something
didn't
else.
need. You needed fewer bonuses. So although Ren, really put his heart into it, the same way he did for Leah, Eri somehow managed to jump better than Leah did, which is very
Okay.
surprising. You have a surprising turn of speed on you, which I think is actually reflected because I think you've got movement of 35 feet while Leah only has 30, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, we get it. I'm not a really dexterous rogue. That's a fact now.
You're dexterous, you're just not quick. Emmy picks me up speed very quickly. Like, I don't know, like, have you got anything in your past, just out of interest in your character? Obviously, you were brought up by quite rich parents. Did they force you to do like lots of sports and that kind of thing?
Yeah, actually, Eritrea loves horse riding, loves anything to do with sports, but also used to do a lot of like sneaking around in the streets when they were orphans. So they had a lot of practice of just like running around and like being good on their feet, you know?
Running away from guards, perhaps.
Yeah. Hmm.
So, a surprisingly good turnout by Eritrea as you sail across the gap. You land on the other side quite comfortably, and you skid a bit on the loose rock, and then you kind of slam into Leah, who was kind of there waiting to try and catch you.
Yeah.
Like a bull.
You could just hear like, sorry.
Oh, I imagine them falling probably. Is that okay? Because I think it's really cute.
Yeah.
And I'll just crushed under you. Well done. That was a good job.
Okay.
Oh dear.
Who wishes
I
to
think
head
Ari's
next?
like,
Oh, sorry, go on.
I think Ari's just super embarrassed about that.
I love
Don't
it.
think I know.
That was awesome. So we
Okay,
have
who's next?
Ben, Serafina, Ula, and Kalok. You guys can decide when Ula and Kalok head over. You can choose.
Yeah, how are we going to get those two over?
They can
Guys,
wait, no?
do you think that you want to, like, what's the plan for you two? Do you think do you want to be plans?
Oh,
Don't worry about us. We can definitely get over ourselves.
Are you sure, Kalok?
Very well. Honestly, just get more and more wrinkles, and people think you're just less and less capable.
No, I don't. I think the paladin's just wearing off on me. I'm sorry about his bullshit.
She would just close her eyes for a second, and you recognize this as going into plant form. And she will start growing and growing, and she does turn into this leafy. She turns into what looks like a small human-sized shrub that continues to grow and grow to the point that you guys are kind of almost pushed to one side as she expands until basically some roots just meander to the other side and anchor onto the rock near Leah and Eritrea. And Ula is able to use this plant to climb across herself. And this is like, are you going to climb over, or can Kalok become herself again?
I'll do it, and then this one already has its own plans, and I start climbing.
Okay, please do a dexterity
Oh, why?
check. Probably acrobatics, but you can do athletics if you're really trying to
What?
hold on tight.
Prefer athletics, if that's okay.
Okay.
I'll give you a tap on the shoulder as you go.
Oh, I don't want it.
I still hate the fact that guidance is a free cantrip, but it's really good.
You're welcome.
Okay. So I did athletics, right?
Yes.
Okay. I got a dirty 20, and then I've also got the guidance of the D4.
Yep.
24.
You're absolutely fine.
So you're so welcome, by the way. Just so welcome.
I pretend that didn't help me at all because it didn't really need to.
So welcome.
You climb across this. It's really weird for you because you're basically blind, so you have to basically feel with your hand where the next sturdy branch is. And you can feel these branches moving and shifting along with you. You get the feeling that Kalok is also helping to give you decent handholds where perhaps naturally there wouldn't be some. Like where you put your foot, a bit of roots seem to firm up.
I would say I'm mainly using my arms. Here's where you see the true strength of Serafina. She's quite a strong woman. And she's just pulling herself across. Perfectly fine. She's like an orangutan.
And then Ula just looks across to Ren and say, are you doing your own thing, or? Because you're.
Well,
Yeah,
am
he's
I,
fine.
am I allowed to climb over? Because I don't want Seraphina to be mad at me.
Seraphina?
Her urgency is gone for a second here. She's forgotten that she was trying to get this done in a bit. She's now just enjoying the idea of seeing Ren fall, but she'll know if he'll survive it, but it would just be funny. Or at least she thinks he'll survive it. You don't have my permission.
Come on,
Well,
let him climb on the ground.
I start getting my steps back out, and I'm ready to run and jump over the thing.
Kayla, can you just? Is there a way you could just grab him and just bring him? Like, don't worry about it.
Oh, that's actually pretty good.
The tree kind of doesn't move, so it's staying there. She isn't turning back.
Oh damn!
So that is a 25 on my run and jump.
Ooh, and what did you use for that?
Athletics.
You use his strength. So, despite how heavy you are, I mind how tall and muscular you are, plus this full plate armor you're wearing, you make a hell of a racket when you sprint. As it sounds like, all like pots and pans falling off walls kind of thing. But you sprint and you get a hefty jump and you leap way further than anybody else did. And you land heavily on the other side, crash down, but in a solid landing stance. So you're also able to keep your composure while doing this.
Are you saying I get to do a superhero landing?
I am, in fact, saying superhero landing.
Awesome. I'm like...
Can I as Seraphina, can I use Molder on the rock just behind him, and make it look like it's like the floor rock that's maybe a bit crumbly, and make it crumble. It's not enough to make him fall, but to maybe scare him into thinking he's going to fall.
Yeah.
Okay, well I do that. It's a cantrip, so.
So yeah, just behind where Ren lands, Seraphina just waves her hand slightly, and the side of the cliff crumbles away into the chasm. So there's a bit of a dent where it looks like you landed. I'm gonna say you also skidded a bit, so you're away from the cliff edge right now, but it looks like you did some damage.
And whilst I do that, I'll just look at him and go, "Ooh, almost didn't make it there."
Yeah, well, I'm in that weird metal armor, aren't I? So I have restrictions on me.
Behind you, there is a deep cracking and rustling as the rooted giant bush which has formed in this chasm begins to shrink down to the side that you are on, and Kalok reforms herself. Like, I certainly haven't gone that large in a while.
Okay, I take it back. That was really cool. You can look after yourself, but I am here if you need help. Okay, that's all I'll say about the matter. But you are amazing. Just want to say that. Cool. And I'll turn around.
Thank you, shiny man. Anyway.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, would you lead us on? What
Yeah.
you saw?
Just whilst they were fighting, I think I would have just thrown a knife on the other side to cut the end of my rope to take it back.
It's absolutely fine. You have a marginally shorter rope that's barely noticeable.
Yeah, I saw something amazing. Just follow me. It doesn't look dangerous, Greg, right?
It did not look dangerous.
Okay.
It looked confusing, but it also looked... Yes, I'm going to describe it. Because as you all round this corner, the thing I'm very glad you didn't make me describe for one of you and then everybody else. Ooh, Darcy, your camera's screaming at us. So, you round the corner, and deep within this underground mine, you come across an extremely large cavern in the rock. But that in itself is not what is surprising. Because, well, there's lots of things, but firstly, this entire cavern is crawling with life, as plants and trees which should not be growing underground appear to have sprouted deep where the sun does not shine. I'm really innuendo with words, and I'm sorry. But So this is a huge, maybe like 100 by 100-foot cavern down here. And in this, like, huge proper trees have grown. Like, you can barely see the ceiling because it is covered by a canopy of leaves. Again, it's a huge mixture of different trees, some of which you recognize, some of which even the druids do not specifically. The floor itself is covered with a network of vines and bushes, and in the center, there appears to be this large crater which is filled with water. And there is a very loud rushing sound as more water is pouring into this cavern. Where is it pouring from? Well, in this middle of this cave, hanging in the air, is something that's very strange. It plays with your eyes to the fact it's very difficult to see. I will say very quickly, this entire chasm is lit with all kinds of glowing plants and bulbs.
Funky.
Not in the same way that the underground city beneath Radus was, where it's all kind of like glowing blue mushrooms. But there's blues and greens and reds glowing all over, hanging from the trees, growing on some of the bushes. They're slightly pulsating. And they're pulsating in the same frequency as hanging in the air appears to be, imagine if you will, a cracked mirror. It looks as if reality itself in the center of here has cracked and shattered slightly. If you move your head from side to side, the light is refracting weirdly from what you can see on the other side. And this crack in space is also glowing a powerful blue from the other side. Water is pouring from this singular point in space and filling this cavern beneath. What else do you see? So basically this is an underground grove where there is this supposedly some kind of rift hanging in the middle.
I think that's your problem right there.
Kind of beautiful, huh?
Very
What's-
beautiful.
Kind of terrifying. What if there's all these trees and stuff as silent as the ones up top are?
I will. God, how many spell slots do I have? Oh, I've got enough. I cast Speak with Plants.
You get exactly the same as up top. There is zero response to the point. It almost feels like there's nothing there to talk to.
Hello.
Get nothing.
Hello.
You
There's nothing
feel,
here.
Seraphina,
Oh.
you feel a hand on your arm. As
Oh, no.
As Kalok comes and stands beside you. And
Thank
for
God
the
it's
first
symptom.
time, she has a very strong grip, but she's probably leaning on you, and she's leaning on her staff as well, as even this old, very wise woman is staring in awe at this. She's like, this place should not be able to exist. Such vibrant life underground. It's amazing. Do you think, Seraphina?
It's empty. It may look amazing, but I hear this weird buzzing instead of
Me?
instead of instead of anything else from the plants. It's vibrant, but it's violent, and it's alive, but it's dead. This isn't. It's not even like the Fey magic that I saw before, where he created plants that could talk to me. These. I don't find it beautiful, Kalok.
There's something very much off here.
There's a
But
perversion with nature.
It is. I'm not entirely sure what it is. But, and as she goes to speak, suddenly from the center of this cavern, emanating supposedly from this crack, and echoing around this full cavern. I'm sorry, guys. I've said the word crack, and I'm sorry. But emanating from this, a roaring sound comes that sounds animalistic. It sounds alive. And it doesn't sound happy.
Okay. So there's a bad sound coming from the crack.
There is a bad sound coming from the crack. It's deafening, honestly. It feels as if almost the plants around you recoil slightly from this roar, and even the rock beneath your feet shakes slightly.
Are there loose rocks beneath us?
No, it's pretty solid rock, but there are some where the roots have chipped off bits of floor. They shake.
Okay. Would it be possible to pick up a loose rock?
Oh, yes.
I don't ask anyone, I throw it in.
You
The
throw
crack.
it in. And it vanishes as it gets close to this crack. Disappears completely.
We don't hear it land on anything,
You do not hear it land on anything.
and we thought the ravine was deep.
Wait, we wouldn't say when you throw it in. You throw it onto the crack, right? Not the pond.
No, the crack.
Okay. Yes.
Into the crack. Straight in.
Yeah. Right down the middle.
Right down.
So this is what you are presented with at this second.
Can I try and figure out where the roar came from?
I'm gonna say that it's yes. Roll investigation.
Can it be
No,
perception?
it happened in the past. It's not happening right this second. I'm gonna say it was perception at the time.
Cool. Because I was taken by surprise by it. I can't use guidance. But that is still a 14.
14. This definitely emanated from the crack. I'm gonna call it the rift, so I stop saying the word crack.
Well,
The
it's a quick crack.
rift in front of you.
Appreciate it. I guess do we invest? I'll try and steadily approach the fracture in the mirror.
You can head down towards the edge of this the central crater, which is filled with water. It's very, very clear water as well, but it rippled violently when the roar came through. You can head down towards that. I'm just going to quickly ask, before you investigate everything individually, what other people would like to be doing at this time. I will start with Eritrea. I will
That's
start
all
with
with
somebody
me.
else. Okay, Serafina.
Oh, fair. I mean, I threw a stone. I'd like to get as close to it as I feel is safe.
Fine, you can get to about the same point as Ren, which is the edge of the water.
Mm.
Leah?
Can I look at the water,
Sorry.
actually? Sorry.
You can absolutely look at the water.
Is it like the other water that we saw?
Is it like the other water? In which way?
Can I drink it?
It looks pretty damn clear.
I drink some.
Yep, this tastes cool. It tastes fresh. It has the same taste. You know when you go on holiday somewhere and the water tastes different?
Mm.
Tastes like that.
Soft water.
Leah.
Do you hear the buzzing?
Nope.
Okay, it'll probably come back, so let me know. Sorry, I was quite focusing on the sounds problem. Can I be an annoying player and ask, could you tell me what's left to investigate? Because that's the role I will make anyway. More like in areas in where we are, not the answer.
We haven't rolled investigation on the mirror yet.
Oh yeah, I'll take that. It's
You can
interesting.
investigate the rift in the center, or you can investigate some of the plants around the edge, for example.
I prefer the mirror, the center.
You'll be investigating the mirror and Eritrea.
I think I'm a little bit uncomfortable because it feels wrong.
Yeah.
Like everything going on, the fact that we're underground, but it doesn't feel like it. And nothing feels alive. It's almost like a stuffy feeling. Like I'm starting to feel a bit claustrophobic, so I'm not really doing much other than kind of just hanging in the back a bit and being cautious.
While Ula is more concentrated on Kalok, she does notice that you are feeling comfortable. She does check on you, just be. You're looking perhaps a little bit pale. Are you okay? Do you need something to eat?
I'll be fine. Maybe some water.
Is it the awe of what you're seeing, or something else?
Yeah, I just feel a little uncomfortable. Something feels off.
Not wrong. I can feel it in my stomach as well. I'm hoping that Kalok can get to some sort of idea about what is going on, but I think she's investigating with the others, and she will have followed you guys down towards the edge. So, Ren and Leah, you both said you wish to investigate the rift. So, should we do our... Yes?
The help action, yeah.
Yep.
You would have +3. Right. You will have +3 if you roll.
A +3 to my roll. Yeah, cool. Sorry. Zoned out. Investigation, yeah, for the fracture in the mirror. And I get a +3 to the roll. That is so good because this turns to a +2 now because I'm so bad at investigation.
Yeah, you're investigating. If you had done the other way round, it definitely would have been better, but it doesn't matter.
Do you want to do it? Can we do it the other way around? I actually, you know what? This feels like phase stuff, so I'll do the roll. I roll normally quite well when it comes to phase stuff, so that is a 21.
21.
Yes.
Between you spread out and you try and look at it from different sides, and it appears to be like a ball of broken air is the only way I can describe it. Hanging in the middle. And it is glowing a vibrant blue, but as you look at it more, you see within the center of it, looks like a black writhing mass. It doesn't really have any shape, but when another roar comes from it, it's this black shape which expands suddenly and takes over more of the blue glow, writhes and moves like shapeless blob within the center of this fracture, and then shrinks back down when the roar fades away. I will also give you that, again, this roar sounds animalistic. And it sounds properly alive, unlike, for example, the birds that you came across earlier.
So does Serafina understand
Yeah,
it?
I was going to say, I would say after drinking the water, whilst those guys are really kind of investigating this, Serafina would maybe take a step into the water to get closer.
Yeah.
Not caring that she's getting her dress even more damp and stuff like that. And try to see if she can hear. She's still been the 10 minutes of the spell working. And if not, she would cast Detect Thoughts with her telepathic feat, which I can only do once every long rest. But that's if not. Do I hear anything? Does it sound like plant life?
Definitely not. Yes.
Then
Not
I try
plant
to. Then I try to detect thoughts.
That's a question. I'm going to say yes.
Oh.
And you don't get that much coherent thought. You're not getting words, you're getting more emotions than anything. And you might get some words, but they're short-lived, really. It's You get roars of anger and pain and desperation. I think desperation is the biggest thing you get from this.
It feels like an animal trapped. Angry roars. Fear. I almost want to set it free.
Kaylock will be standing next to you and just goes, "Are you certain? Yeah, sorry, are you certain?"
I am shattered.
Sorry, my lisp came through, thank you. Are you sure it's an animal that's trapped?
It's not that I'm not sure of anything with this. It's strange. But it's definitely something that is existing, and I feel its pain.
I think then something's trying to come through. It is stuck. I
You
think
think we can turn it back?
I don't think so. This is the only analogy I could give is an animal, a spirit, trying to come through from another plane. And the only analogy I can give is the world is giving birth here and has got stuck. That would explain the explosion of life, but not fully. The full life is coming from the other side. And so the spirits of whatever this is and all of the life we see around us has all got stuck on its way through.
So all the trees are stuck in here.
Stuck in there, staring at the
In
portal.
there. That's what I meant. Well, then we have to break it free. We have to reunite the trees with themselves with their bodies.
I know,
Can't you
but
hear them crying out?
right now I'm not entirely sure how. And I'm actually just going to pause us there so we can take a break. Sorry, we ran over by about 20 minutes. Yeah,
Okay, we
so
got to the big reveal thing. It's cool.
yeah, you got to the big reveal, which hopefully you enjoyed the fact what it is. Yeah,
Yes, you have managed to successfully turn a wonderful looking grove into a terrifying experience for us. It has been amazing. Thank you.
you mean I gave you something nice and then slapped you in the face with it? Yeah.
Yes, yes, you did. As soon
Sounds
as you
like
said
you said.
trees, I wanted to be excited, and I was like, the trees up at the top didn't have anything, and we just got attacked by one. I'm not happy to see a tree right now.
Very true.
I just don't expect Greg to give us anything good.
Nice.
Wow.
All right, I'll be right back.
Cool move. Cool
Okay, should we say like 10 minutes?
Cool.
I think I've got the time on for 5, but let's say 10 minutes.
10 minutes. I will do my best. All right.
See you
Yes.
soon. I've clicked the let's get back into it button because we are ready to get back into it. I love the little wink at the camera, Ryan. That was excellent.
You're welcome.
You're flirting with a camera. Wonderful.
Eh?
So, the last thing you heard from Kalok was that she thinks something is trying to come through and it has got stuck. And she's going to expand a bit more upon this and just go, something big has blocked the passage between worlds here. Something big is trying to come through, and let a lot of other things come through as well, hence the trees.
Seeing something big is trying to get through the crack.
Eloquently put, Seraphina, as always. That some pleasure can be had from such a dire situation.
Oh, I was raised by none.
I don't know what to do. I'll admit I'm stumped. 3 puns aside. Yes? Ben?
Can I get 60 feet within the black sphere thing?
You're within
And just
60
do a
feet.
paranoid divine sense check.
Yeah, remind me what does divine sense check for again?
So divine sense allows me to detect any. Boyo. All right. So I get to detect basically if there is a celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet with me.
This does not feel to be celestial, fiendish, or undead.
It's not a plant.
It's not a plant. Plants can't genuinely move freely between worlds in this way. I fear, as you said, that they recently uncovered that vein of Thunder Rock. I feel like them uncovering it released a lot of magic within the earth, which has weakened the boundary between the worlds here. And it happened that something was on the other side as well. And it's going to come through.
They dug too deep.
Dug too deep. Indeed. I don't like it, but I think we might need to
Throw
spend...
more rocks.
Pardon?
Throw more rocks.
Throw more rocks. No, I think it will take time, but I think if I put enough magic into this, I may be able to widen the rift. After all, it was caused by the existence of magic on this side and that side. Allow it to come through, but it's going to take a lot, and time as well.
What can we do to help?
I honestly don't know how big the thing is that's going to come through. I hate to have asked you to come down here only to turn away to leave again so quickly, but the maybe best not to be in the vicinity.
What whilst you fight it?
We are not going to leave you alone, so do you think it could take more than 8 hours? Because we could rest there and be ready to fight.
Oh, definitely. This will, it's going to take a lot of magic to pour into this, which I can do, but... No, you will, I guess, be free to do as you wish until whatever happens, happens. It's
So are you
dangerous.
telling me, do you think that what will happen once you try to pull your magic into it to close it is that this creature will come through?
I'm not sure I have enough to actually close it, to push it back to where it came from. I think letting nature take its course with an assist from us is needed.
Do we know where this portal is actually going to? Possibly what is actually coming out of it? Maybe we could figure that out as a way of preparation.
I mean, what's coming out of it is far beyond me. I would suspect definitely some kind of powerful magical creature that's currently, I would guess, exposed to the... I don't know, actually. I don't do moving between worlds often. At all, in fact. And honestly, this entire thing is guesswork.
Are we able to get close to the mirror at all? Or is it like in an unreachable place at the moment?
It's high in the air, so you can't really get close to it. And when Seraphina threw the rock, it got maybe 10, 15 meters away from the rift before it disappeared. So you would imagine you can't get within that distance without something bad happening. You don't know what.
Can I go up to it with my scythe?
It's high in the air, so you can't get, not with sticking your thing in the air, no.
Okay, Seraphina will try.
Is there like a roll I can do to try and figure out where this portal is at least leading to? Like what realm is it a doorway to or window to?
Not by checking the rift itself. The only evidence you have is what's come through it, which is the plants around you. Sometimes I feel like I give you way too much information.
No, can we investigate the plants around us?
So that means it's definitely Fae or Earth.
You can do an investigation check. Yes.
Can I help Leah and I'll give her guidance? Guidance.
Doing it the right way around this time, so don't forget you'll get a minimum of +1 because an extra head always helps for the help action.
Okay, so 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21.
Damn. Yes. Well, not directly. Neither of you, well, Leah certainly doesn't have pretty much any knowledge of anything off this plane. Ren does have some, and feels like some of the plants are ringing a bell somewhere in the back of your head. But there is one significant thing that all of you who look around notice. That at the back, in one of the far corners, is some strange, slightly glowing bamboo.
I take out Legion the Dominator.
You take out Legion the Dominator. And
Legion?
present and correct.
Do you know what this is?
Feels like home.
Okay, Legion. Second question. Where is home?
I think what he would actually call it. So I think I'm just going to go with a really simple answer and just go Fae, of course.
All right.
You would also remember he was in the display of the Fae wild plants, which is where you got it.
Oh yeah. Okay, that's perfect. So the whole stuff is Fae. Now, did you hear those growlings, Legion?
You talk to him like a child.
Because he needs to learn that he's not a Dominator. Okay?
He is. He is Legion the Dominator.
No.
I
no,
did.
No.
I heard those
He needs to
growls
learn.
indeed.
He's got childish ambitions. No. So, Legion,
Indeed.
indeed. Do you recognize this growl?
Sounds big.
It does sound
How
big.
scary.
It sounds very scary. But Legion, do you remember anything from the Fey Wild area that was big and scary that had this growl?
Many things grow in the Feywild.
Not grow, growl.
Growl. Many things growl in the Feywild. But
None quite like this.
not specifically. Some predators growl loudly and angrily, certainly.
All right. Desperately?
I'm not sure I would know the growl of desperation.
Oh, we've all experienced the growl of desperation, my friend.
I cannot help you anymore, I don't think. I know nothing else.
All right. Legion, do you know what this crack is?
Feels like home, again.
Legion, do you want me to throw you into the crack? It can be a no. You want to be too far away from home, really?
I don't know. Would that help? Going back home, there's so many other plants there. Domination would be difficult.
Well, we're not trying to dominate. Wait,
I
hang on.
most certainly am. I am Legion the Dominator.
Actually, Serafina will be. Oh, sorry, I don't know what's happening. Do you tell us his answers?
You're just hearing her make a load of weird noises to this bamboo. You might get curious about it and be like, if you approach Serafina, she'll realize you're there and be like, "Oh yeah, no, it's from his home. This is fake stuff."
Oh, okay.
I think on this is phase stuff of like Ren will freeze what he's doing. He's like, oh no. You look up and realize there's a the whole possible portal to Feywild. So you kind of look at it with a little bit of fear and then like renewed determination and carry on looking around, trying to find an answer.
Okay. Well, I'm going. The 10 minutes is probably going away soon, so I'm going to say goodbye to you for now, Legion. Pop you back in my pocket. Find somewhere else for you to go. Not to dominate, but we're going to have a chat before I push you anywhere, okay? About what this whole domination thing is about, okay?
Domination is life. And that will be the
That's
final thing.
No, it's no. Oh, there's a lot to learn. There's a lot to learn in that one. Then I'll say that out loud, not in plant speak, but in you just see me get frustrated with a piece of bamboo. But so now what? Because we can't, like, you say that this is going to take a long time, Kalok, but there are people there, and this forest is expanding, and it is going to destroy a village.
It is, yes.
Do we move the village? Do we evacuate? Because that's going to cause a lot of terror for the people living there and for the surrounding communities to be able to house them and take them in. What can we do?
I need to start pouring as much magic as I have into this. Controlled as I can. Open it.
Stop it from spreading? Do you think?
If it comes through cleanly, then life cannot seep through an open wound between the worlds.
All right. Now, this isn't some kind of sacrificial shite, is it? You're not going to be like, I'm going to put every last ounce of energy into this, and then I disappear and a small little sapling grows from where I once was, kind of thing, is it?
I hope not. I've got many things to do.
Well, yes, no, I completely agree with that. But you're a wise old mentor at the start of an adventure. I'm a bit worried about you. Okay.
I'll be fine, probably.
All right. Because if the gods do take you this time, my vengeance and my wrath will be so much that they will not be able to hold it back. Greg,
Question.
I mean, Gond.
Can we
Yes.
help channel the magic?
I don't know. I'm going to have to put a lot into this and change how I'm doing it to try and from different angles. I think I'm not sure, but perhaps moving the family, the Marsenia, out of the forest, and the hunters and yourselves, perhaps.
That's for certain. They're just going to be killed by another oak going for their house, so we can't leave them there. But
So you're saying we have enough time to go and make sure those people are safe and then come back and deal with whatever comes out of this portal if it's not friendly?
I am powerful, but I would have to put a lot into it for a long time to be able to do this, I believe. So,
You have time.
yes.
Okay.
This may take a day, could take a week. I don't know.
all right.
Do you have
Yeah,
any
we
way of
can-
contacting us if you are ready or know what roughly when to do it? Or should we just keep coming back to check in?
Ula can stay with me, and then I can send her up. Contact you guys if needs be.
Okay. Sounds about right.
And with that, she will take a seat on a log. She will hold her staff in front of her, and rather than the ball within the bell swaying around to make the noise, that itself starts just reverberating, making a solid ringing noise, which, as you see in the ripples in the water in front of her, to start agitating it. And the pulsing of the lights around the room changes to just speed up a bit. And Ula just puts a hand on Kaok's shoulder before turning to you all and just go, perhaps a bit of time is needed here then. Perhaps a bit of time is needed here.
Okay.
Okay, so I guess we should go right now.
All right. Ula,
Okay.
Yes,
Um,
Serafina?
I was going to say to look after her, but you've been doing that for 16 years. So I trust you in that. I'm sorry.
Give you a hard look and a nod before turning back to Kalok.
Right. Let's get those flickers out the forest. Let's walk away.
Okay.
Yep, cool. I guess what I will do just before I'll try and trail behind, just before I turn around the last corner, I will stare quite weirdly longingly at the Fey realm. It's like portal for a split second. I have like a small smirk, realize what I'm doing, like shake my head, and then carry on walking.
Okay. I like it.
Oh.
You make your way back. You will have to try and go over the chasm again. So you can either do.
No.
Yeah, you broke the rope, unfortunately.
Did the mold earth create the bridge?
It can't make a bridge, no. It can move 5 foot of earth that is loose rock to the side and things like that, but it can't. I can't make a bridge, or else I would have thought about that. I guess we just fall to our death.
We
Can you
can
do
walk
the
around.
cool tree thing that thing you did?
It was cut off.
Yeah, fuck you. I can't do that.
Oh, I didn't mean to offend. I was just checking. I don't know what you can turn into.
Oh, I
What you
didn't mean
can't.
to offend and all of that kind of stuff. Maybe you'd belong at the bottom of this ravine with your armor.
That's just hurtful.
Oh,
That's just
sorry, I
hurtful.
didn't mean to offend.
No,
I
no,
didn't
no,
mean to
it's fine.
offend.
You said
I'm
so
you
sorry.
said your point. You said your point. Shall I jump over first and we'll try and do the actual rope bridge to make it easier this time?
Sure.
Yeah.
Be careful, you
Um,
almost fell last time.
Can I tie? I guess I'll tie rope. None of you would be able to survive me like just dropping. You'd
Should I
fall
jump?
with me. It's up to you.
And you can hold the rope.
Yeah. Okay, I'll hold
Okay.
the rope.
You did a fantastic jump before, so
Yeah, I'm feeling confident.
I'm going to say you've
I'll
done
do-
this jump before, so the DC is going to be lower as you do it again. Marginally, not completely. It's not going to be a 1. But if you wish to jump back over,
Yep. And
I'll
it was
do-
my Dex, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'll do my signature, back push thing as well to give you guidance, so you have a D4 to add to that as well.
speedy,
So it'll,
speedy.
put them in one.
D4 for me. I haven't got mine on me.
You haven't got 2 secs.
I think you're getting an Amazon Very Prime delivery.
Got it. It's just not right now. Thank you.
Oh no, you've ruined the illusion where we all live in different parts of the globe.
The third way to do it was the necklace, and also it was. It looked
So
like you had a arm.
Sorry, I was just running from the other side of the globe. Don't mind me.
17 plus 1 plus 3.
Oh, nice.
21. Wonderful. You make the jump again. In fact, you jump even better because it was 18 last time. Now it's 21. Yeah, you get the jump.
Yep.
And you have the rope tied around you, so there's now rope hanging across the 18 or so foot. Excellent.
Can I find somewhere to tie it that would maybe be better than me holding it?
There was, in fact, a place to tie it before because you tied it and then cut it later. So, yeah.
Cool. I'll do that.
Okay.
And I try to walk on it.
You want to try and tightrope walk across the gap? Yes, you can.
Eritrea is going to be shit and bricks.
This has to be acrobatics, right? This is literally what an
100%.
acrobat does.
Yeah.
I'll give the encouraging shoulder pat on this one for the guidance.
Thank
Not
you.
quite a push like it is for the jumps.
I wish there was something like an anti-guidance. I mean,
A bane.
I wouldn't do it for you. I do it. I so
What are you
do
gonna
it.
call it?
for you.
Hindrance.
Hindrance.
Okay. They're going to really center themselves, focus, put their feet on the rope, and you have to not look at your feet. You have to look straight in front of you and focus on one point. This point is airy, and they're going to start
Oh.
walking and roll a
Sound very
22.
still.
22.
22. You do this nicely. You get a bit of a wobble as the rope
Yeah.
sags ever so slightly because you weigh more than 0. But you make your way across and jump off the other side quite gracefully.
We keep meeting like this.
Yeah. We should stop.
The other 2 of you?
Seraphina, you should go first.
So there's a rope.
Yes.
I cast Thorn Whip.
Yeah.
Create a Thorn Whip, and I hold it with the other hand.
Oh, dude, yeah.
And I slide across.
Okay, so you're hoping that it's high on one end and the other, so you're describing a zip line, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Straight into the cliff, like boof.
I'm going to roll just a generic D20 just to see how well this goes. Because, okay, so I'm going to say you decided that one end was going to be higher than the other. So it's going to be based on like the. I like the idea. You are, as you have described yourself, heavier. So this is going to see how well it holds. All right.
I did say I was muscular. You're right.
You
Okay.
you slow down about 10 feet, no, maybe about 6 or 7 feet away from the edge, and that's where you stop. So you have to swing yourself the final few feet in order to get there.
I'd say at that point I'd probably use my strength to kind of like pull myself across like
Yeah.
situation.
Okay. And Ren,
I'll do my run and jump again.
your big running jump, wonderful. Let's point out you spectacularly didn't use any of the really large wood pieces or bamboo pieces that were just in the room next to you, which would have been brilliant to create a temporary bridge.
But
We
I'm not
don't
going
need
to
it.
cut down that bamboo.
The one that grows really, really quickly in Norman.
No.
Yeah, I'll do my run and jump. So I'll give myself a pat on the shoulder for guidance, and here we go. Wonderful. So that is a 90.
Yeah, you get across absolutely fine. It's not as good as the other one, so you land, maybe 5 foot from the edge. But yeah, you land absolutely fine. I was just testing problem-solving skills, and then you cut the rope on the way back. So I was just like, okay, let's see what you can do.
I thought I was going back with the grandma. I didn't thought I was going to leave her in the middle of the cave.
Leave the
Even
rope
from
hat
this far
down.
away, you can still hear the reverberating of Kaylock the Bell as she is putting a lot of magic into this. You make your way up. It takes 15, 20 minutes to make your way back to the tunnels. Are you going to have any discussions on the way back up?
I'm dead silent.
Yeah, I think I'll ask. I'll walk next to Ren and ask her. Like, I didn't obviously really observe him when he was like suspicious about the Feywild, but I'm still intrigued about his relationship about the Feywild since a long time. So just like ask, how do you feel about what we find?
So, it'd be one of the rare occasions where you pop up and I'm so lost in thought for a second. I'm just there like staring, and then, yeah, it's terrifyingly beautiful.
That's a good choice of word. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it's like a haunting kind of vibe, but yeah, that mirror though is kind of cool, right?
Yeah,
Isn't
really
magic
confusing.
wonderful? Also
Yeah.
scary.
So, is this how you feel towards the Feywild and Fey people? They are scary but cool.
From the bits I remember, majority cool, some scary.
Why some are scary? Would you say?
It's more like what they want. Like the ones that just mess with you are fun because pranks are cool, even if they are slightly terrifying. But some of them are scarier.
Would you trust someone who's from the Feywild?
Oh yeah, no two people are ever the same.
Oh. Okay.
Why do you ask?
Interesting. I don't know. Imagine we befriend someone from the Feywild. I was just checking if you
That
are
would be
racist,
so
basically.
cool. Like,
Yeah.
we could talk about like I don't remember much. Oh, I said too much. Let's carry on.
What? I am going to choose to respect your boundaries. I'll come back to that though. And walk more in front.
No, I'll walk in the back. Shit.
Damn. Emmy, did you want to do anything on the way up?
No.
Nope, fair enough. You guys wander up, and you make your way back up to where the hunters are still waiting. They've settled down around the fire, although you can see that Hughes is leaning on a wall, like just in weight on his healed leg, just to check he can stay on it for long periods of time. They turn to you and say, "We heard a terrible crash.
Oh, yeah.
You thought you had died.
No, it's just
If
my
you were just
Apollo
waiting
exploded.
here, like, whoa, what? That's your response? You just wait here if you think we're dead? You may as well just go at that point, but...
It's
Well,
night.
no,
we're
they
fine.
needed to make sure.
Nighttime. We didn't want to. We can't really go through the forest in the day, which is hard enough, and at night would be even worse. So we're actually prepping to leave first thing in the morning.
Could we make it to
That
the
makes
hut, at
sense.
least?
Maybe we could make it to the hut. Do you
And
think?
then we'll leave the hut in the morning? It wasn't that
Greg,
much of
do
a...
you, Greg, was it a long walk from the hut to here?
It was a couple of hours, so you'd have to do some survival
Oh.
checks to make sure you didn't get lost.
I'll be fine. We won't get lost.
I would say it's probably like 10 p.m. here. So you've got some foliage, quite heavy foliage overhead, but you could arrive by midnight or so.
I think we could get that by probably about. I look outside the outside of the cave. About midnight or so.
I feel like
Yeah,
I've heard those words before.
I think that'd be fine. We can get some more torches so everyone can see.
Yep.
Okay.
That's good.
Are we staying here?
Nope,
we
but
coming-
I'll
No,
I'll
we're
already be
coming with
offering my shoulder to... Is it Hugh? Huey?
Hughes.
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 So yeah, I'll
Oh,
already be
Hughes, eh?
offering my
Hughes, yes.
shoulder to Hughes. I'm like, come on, bud, let's go.
Sure, excellent. Anywhere that's not here. I have enough time underground for a long, long time. Thank you.
And can I give Seraphina just a tap on the shoulder for her first survival check?
Guidance, indeed.
You stop pushing me.
I'm just trying to help. No, I'll just go while hugging, holding Hughes.
So you make your way through the forest. It's dark, but you stumble every now and then over exposed roots. You make your way past the still slightly smouldering tree just outside that you burnt and chopped up. So yeah, please roll a survival check. Your first one.
Okay. Is anyone
Can
helping?
we... Yes.
Can I give
I think
you bardic inspiration?
And
You
indeed.
can if you sing me last tune.
I shall do that.
What are you singing?
The mighty,
Sorry.
mighty strum on my guitar and my ukulele. Could do like a A minor, a little finger flick.
I can aim
Someone who's completely has no idea of music. I don't know what an A minor is. It's just a note.
Pretty note.
I like the
Yes.
minor chord.
Me too.
Wonderful.
My favorite is no. Okay.
No, let's not go into music. That was just a comment. Let's talk
E
about.
minor 7 is good.
You
The
have
sound.
+2 from me.
+2,
Plus two.
okay. And bardic inspiration and guidance. Okay. So
Damn, you're going all out on this survival check.
It's the last one before night, so that's why we're doing it.
yeah, no, it's great, and you know, like it's perfectly fine that I roll a nat 1. But Greg, I know you said nat 1 means automatic fail, but imagine this: my +5 plus a +7, that's 8, plus a D. This is the reason for guidance and things like that. Plus guidance, which was another 1, so that's 9. Plus bardic inspiration, which is a what?
P6?
A D6, which is a 4, so that makes 13, which
And I'm
is pretty
helping.
damn good.
Plus Leah's helping of +2, which makes it a 15.
No, I
Plus-
already added the +2.
Oh,
Plus,
did
she's
you?
already got a nat 1 tonight. What are the odds?
I was getting that one.
Oh, I hate this because a nat 1 in the rules really should be the fact that.
Hmm.
Okay, the way I'm going to do it. Okay,
But I would have got advantage for helping the normal rules, and I wouldn't have got a nat 1
so. Wait, why would you have advantage?
because I had help. In the normal rules, you'd roll with advantage.
That is true.
And I know that's not your rules, but that would mean that I shouldn't. That I should be helped by your new rules the same way that I would have been helped by the other new rules, where that even if I rolled a nat 1 and rolled it again, I'd get a higher thing than that. It'd be better. So I don't think you should treat this as a nat 1 because essentially that would be removing such an important part of the help action.
The group succeeds. You fail, Seraphina.
That's
That's a compromise. That's a good compromise.
that is true.
Storyline wise, everyone helping Seraphina would annoy her more. And that being the only reason they managed to get through the first part would annoy her more.
I can imagine actually. Sorry, I don't want to take Greg's job, but my imagination is that Seraphine is so sure that it's a certain way, and you guys are helping out and going, no, it's actually this way. We're almost there, and Seraphine is like, no. Then it just gets really annoyed, and is certain it's this other way.
You're certain, but you've kind of got a bit confused. You know that you came west in order to get from the shack to the mine. But you're quite overly tired, you've exhausted, you've had a fight. In your head, you keep trying to go west again. Like, for some reason in your head, you just go, we came from the west, so if we're facing the other way, we should be going west. And you just get a bit lost in the dark. However, various help around you, which ended up being a plus 14, fucking amazing. You manage to it takes an extra hour as well. You arrive really late, about 1 a.m. It is pitch dark, but as you come across Marsenya's hut, you do see there is still a light coming out the window.
Oh my god!
You are now in the clearing outside Marsenya's hut. What you will.
I should take a back step on this one. So you guys do the talking, and I'll just stand there. Okay.
Yeah.
Someone say soup.
This time we all line up, just the four of us. I mean, three of us, and then him behind.
With the two hunters.
Yeah, and the hunters.
Tina and Hughes, yes.
Tina and Hughes.
So, Leah, you knock on the door? I saw your... That's just your job, apparently. You just knock on doors.
I like knocking on doors.
I am the one who knocks.
I love doors and windows.
There is you hear frantic footsteps from inside, and the door is flung open, and Marsenia is standing there, and she's wearing not the same like long blue dress that she was wearing before, but possibly something more comfortable for night. But she is still awake, and she was just, I thought you'd be back so many hours earlier. I was honestly starting to think that you'd perished. Like
Yep.
the rest of the woods. Please come in. I couldn't sleep. I was worried about you.
Oh, that's very nice. Do you still have them by any chance?
Yes, of
I think
course.
we
yes.
wouldn't come back for the soup.
Yeah.
I'm not dying.
Well, the reason we should be able to fix the problem in some time, but we wanted to evacuate you from the area, just to say, because your house is going to be the more trees are going to come up. But we thought we'd stay here for a bit and then evacuate you when the
in the morning.
We can talk about moving in the morning, although I'll admit I'm resistant to that. But please come in. We have time.
All right.
She will see Ren and come in as well.
He stays downstairs.
Yes. And she will see the two hunters as well and kind of fuss over them. She appears to be on okay terms with them. She provides soup, which is still on the fire, bubbling away, and she provides healthy soup, or hearty soup, to all of you. Bowl. And where are the other two? Don't tell me they...
No, they're still fixing the problem.
Oh, you found out what the problem is?
Yeah.
What is it, if I may ask?
It's a crack.
A crack?
It's a fracture into a mirror that has caused a rift between...
You hear in your head, maybe don't tell him everything.
I have a feeling Uncle knows about this kind of stuff, if I'm going to be honest.
That's what I'm thinking too. You can't talk back to me, but I can talk to you.
All right. That would be in my head then. Yeah, they live out here. They're going to hear about it at some point. It might help hasten the whole procedure of trying to get them to evacuate. Basically, there's a fractured portal to the Fey realm in the mines.
just said not to say anything.
There's a
You think it
portal
was
to another
Mhm.
realm this close.
There's a small fracture. It's not a portal, and it's mainly meaning that all these weird things are occurring. Okay, that's it. We'll talk about this later. We're just about as safe as we've always been for just this night, and then we'll get the hell out of this area tomorrow morning. Okay?
Well, we can talk about leaving in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, yes, you all look awful.
Well,
Thanks.
thank you very much.
I never
Well,
look awful.
there's
I was
blood
gonna
and there's
say,
water,
every never
and you
looks awful.
smell weirdly of flowers, so yes, weird stuff has very clearly gone on. It looks like you all need some rest. Okay. Most of you, there's beds upstairs. I can help use. You pointing at Ren. There's a reasonably sized sofa down here, and you know that there is. It's a bit moth-eaten, but it looks comfortable enough.
You sure you don't have a kennel?
Thanks, Serafina. I'll make my way over to the sofa.
Very well. Okay, the rest of you upstairs, but please be quiet. My uncle is asleep up there. Enough of this talking about portals and stuff around him as well. Don't need to worry him.
Won't do. Promise.
Okay, please go up and get some sleep. See you in the morning. She will hasten you all upstairs and make sure everyone's okay. As you head up the stairs, you're in a dark attic space, it feels like. And the floor is sloped and it's got holes in it and all sorts. But you see a decent collection, or maybe 10 beds up there, quite crammed in close together, apart from one at one end, where there is a much larger bed with, although you can't really see too much in this darkness, a very, very large figure, kind of wrapped up in a blanket and breathing. See the blanket rising and falling. There's that old man wheeze coming from the corner as well. You all know the sort.
The sleeping kind of
Yes.
wheeze. Yeah. Like a dad halfway through a film.
Yeah. Or me halfway through a film. You can assign to whatever beds you wish. I'm going to say I said there's 10 beds. I'm going to say, there's space for 10 people. I'm going to say there's 4 singles and 3 doubles. The 2 hunters are ushered towards 2 of the singles. So there's now
Okay.
2 singles and 3 doubles to split between you.
I
I'm
get into
literally-
it all.
Yeah, I'm going to run and jump at a double.
You run and jump at a double? Okay. Safina, you said you run and jump at a double? So Ren and Leah, what would you like to do? I'll
Ren's
ask Ren.
downstairs.
Leah sleeps weirdly. We'll get to Leah in a second. Ren.
I'm
Ren's
on the sofa
downstairs.
downstairs, aren't I?
Oh, you're on the sofa downstairs. Okay, so Leah, you can have a double, or you can have one of the 2 singles, or you can probably find a way onto the roof knowing you.
Yeah, I'll take a cover and go to the roof because the man is making too much noise.
Pardon?
Climb up the tree.
Yeah. You can make your way to the roof quite nicely because you're not Serafina. You can actually climb. And it's not a comfortable roof, but you've slept in worse places. Around you get the rustling of wind through trees. Every now and then you hear a series of cracks and crunches as perhaps a new tree grows somewhere within hearing distance. But get some sleep. You will have a long rest, therefore. But Ben, you're tired. A decent amount of your magic has gone, and you've taken some hits today.
Yes.
But while you're trying to sleep, you do hear some clinking behind you, as Arsenia is still awake. She's kind of busying herself clearing up the pots. And you hear her just sit down at the table and just let out a very heavy sigh. Now, you can choose to stay asleep, or you can choose to get up.
I'll get up. I'll walk over and I'll clear up some of the other plates and stuff and take them over to the sink. And I'll start washing up initially before getting myself a drink of water to sit down with them.
Sit down with her. She's, so sorry, I didn't mean to wake you up.
It's okay, but I can tell something's bothering you. I know I'm just a stupid paladin, but we are good for listening.
You said you were a stupid paladin.
Oh, I get that from the other one all the time. Don't
okay.
worry, it's just universal thinking at this point.
Well, it's a lot that's going on, you know? 2 weeks ago, I ran basically a small B&B in the middle of a plain. And now there's one in the green rock was talking about kicking me out my own home. And I don't know if my uncle's going to be able to take that. And honestly, I'm not sure. He's old, you know.
I understand, but we would be helping you get to the town, at least. You know, you would have we'll protect you as best as we can. We've got quite a good success rate going so far. Haven't had anyone die on our watch.
I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about me being able to get there, but I don't think I can move him, and like, he's so frail these days that whenever we've got, well, we don't get healers or doctors out here, but the older woman, the older druid who came through, spent a lot of time talking to him, which is good because he doesn't really talk much these days at all. And she was quite blunt, nicely so, but he's definitely coming towards the end. And I don't know what I'm going to do when he's gone. He's the only family I've got since my parents died. Call him my uncle. He's not even really my uncle, but he's the only family I have.
No, I get that. You remember the little songbird we got with us? You know,
What?
the one that came out of the clearing, playing the music, freaking you out a little bit, but turns out to be a real sweetheart. That one.
The bard, yes.
Yes. Eritrea.
Eritrea, yes, thank you.
Well, she is the only family that I have. We both grew up in an orphanage together back way, way yonder. And I lost contact with her for a while. I didn't know what to do with myself. So I went and decided to be the guy you see now, which obviously I know with current situations you dislike, but it's a calling that I found. Now, I'm pretty sure that our favorite little daredevil has been distracted most of the day from one of your stories. You could always pursue that, you know? They seem to be having a riveting time to the point where they nearly walked into a bomb. Like that's how good your story was. It was the bomb.
Despite herself, she will give a bit of a terse laugh. She's definitely on edge, but the levity is appreciated. She just goes, I'm not saying that it's bad, whatever calling you found, but you've had a few of your sort come through, and they've been quite rude toward my uncle, to put it politely. Demanding that just because they're off on some venture down to the Broken Isles, that just because somehow word got out that he was from there, that he should do everything he can to help them. No matter his age, that demanded so much of him that you can understand my dislike to the shiny armor.
Oh, if I can let you in on a little secret, I hate paladins too. every single other one I meet is an absolute asshole. I hate them. They're so inflexible. Like honestly, if they were around what half my party do all the time, they would freak out. I'm gonna be honest, they would absolutely freak out. So I get it. Paladins are a bit too stiff, I'll say.
Yes.
What they are asking for is unreasonable, and if they are going to acquire it anyway, they should at least be polite.
That would have been something, but to demand information from a man, over the past years, he's just lost his 2 years, you know? He's even started to apply his old war paint, and that's the only thing that seems to comfort him at the moment.
War paint.
Middle of the
What
night.
style of war paint was it?
It was, well, back on Broken Isles, he would tell me, or when the few times he spoke about it, would say he was a sort of soldier on there. And he would have his war paint on, and he swore off it when he left. It would be a single stripe across the eyes and a single stripe across the mouth. And yes, back when he was still himself, he would hate it. He would hate talking about it, but as I said, it's the only thing that seems to bring him comfort these days, so I make little pigment out of some of the bushes and plants that I find, and he spends his day doing that and reading any of the books that I can give him. I'm not even sure he reads it. He just stares at the pages.
I guess what I would do is I'd put like a hand on their shoulder and give them guidance, even though like obviously it's not to any skill check at the moment. It lasts for like a minute or something, but just as like a gesture of like, you know, I'm sure things will go well. You know, we're all doing our best here. We'll make sure you guys get out safely. Obviously, there's something we can do for the passage of time, but by the sounds of it, your uncle lived a full life.
I mean, his age, he's not certain, but upwards of 90, certainly. You should still see the size of him if you ever see him in the day. He's still got that soldier strength in him, but not the will anymore. The death of my mother, he took hard. And he spoke about his own death around that time. He said how much he hated how he had a final wish, something that soldiers were meant to do, were meant to be done for them when they pass, but it wasn't possible for us. He has this old amulet. Similar to like the soldiers' dog tags that the other armies have. And he said they were meant to be returned to their home on their death, but their home is currently the Broken Isles, which is infested with demons. So,
I mean, we can do that for you. You know, we're heading down there anyway. If that will give him peace, I'm more than happy to take that quest on for you.
that is a kind offer, but I would want to do it myself because family. No, I'm the only one he has, and he's the only one I have. And I don't know, maybe the reclamation that you're off to do will go well. It can happen, but until then, I don't know. I would feel like I failed if I didn't do it myself. He looked after me. He taught me to read and to write. Very skilled at words, he was. And with writing, although he didn't want me to. He taught me some basic stuff, but he didn't want me to have to. You always said that a lady shouldn't need to fight. He says that nobody should need to
gentlemen.
fight.
Yes, nobody should have a need to fight is the one I would lean towards. Most of the ladies around me fight better than I do, but don't tell them that. Well, the next couple of days are obviously full of uncertainty, but how about once we've cleaned up this whole weird thing going on, we chat and see if maybe if everything seems to be settled down enough for you to leave your uncle for a couple of weeks, maybe you could travel with us. There's also a traveling bar that you could probably go with as well if you want to make in some coin. There's options for you, is what I'm trying to tell you.
Thank you. I don't
It's
really
okay.
know what to say. I didn't give you much of a chance when you first arrived.
It's okay.
Still, you've shown kindness when others haven't, so thank you. Right, I'm sorry to have woken you. I should get some sleep. She just shakes herself.
Absolutely. And I'll take her bowl and cup and go and wash it up and tidy up for her as well.
Thank you. She will put the fire on. She will put a little bit of kindling on the fire to keep it going overnight. Night to you. When, you said, right?
Yes.
No,
Night
when.
to you too.
She will head up and take one of the singles upstairs. And I guess, unless there's anything anyone else would like to do, drift off to sleep for the night. Yes? Sleeping?
Yep, sleeping.
Sleeping! Alright, you all get a long rest. You all get all of your spell slots back if you have any, all of your skills, all of your bardic inspirations and psychic and those dice, wild shape points, everything. However, I think this is probably a pretty natural place to leave this episode. I know it's a bit of a quiet one, this one.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, that's
I liked it.
It's a build. It's a build up. That's what we
Yes.
call it. A build up.
I had some good moments.
I really enjoyed everyone getting over the chasm because I just put that in last minute, and you the way you all did it, it showed a lot about your characters. Which I'm going to say is like the one thing that I think everyone does really well is when it comes to doing things. Like you do things in character really well. It always adds stuff.
No, I agree. Everyone does great in that.
Good job, guys.
I just realized we haven't had music playing this entire thing. I completely forgot.
Oh, I changed it
Yeah.
back to the forest one from last week because we were going back through the forest. So
Oh.
I was way ahead.
I think
I
this
had
is
it
why I
in-
felt like it's a quiet episode because it has been literally quiet.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, I changed it. I only had the cave for the first half, and then I forgot to turn it back on again, and then we were at the cave by the time I was just like, oh. Yeah.
It was interesting, like having there's quite a lot of like character development there between like all of the characters, even like NPCs type characters.
Yeah, no,
So that was nice.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
No, I talk all the time. You speak.
I was just saying it's nice. Nice to see.
Yeah, that was a hell of a curveball at the end. As soon as you did it, I was like, "Oh no! Oh wait! Oh, that's me! Oh damn! Okay, yeah, I got
Yeah.
this. It's fine. I can cheer someone up. That's fine. That's what I do."
Cheer up the person who has had a pretty big dislike to you from the start.
Yeah, and then I could see Darcy doing the little hearts. I was like, "Yeah, okay, I'm doing it. I'm doing it fine. Yeah, I'm good." Got the
Oh,
non-approval.
nasty.
Yeah.
Just in the middle of the
So-
night, the enemies just helping
How
each
dare
other.
you? We're already doing that, and no, we're not.
I just
Yeah.
really like this character. She's really, I don't
Yeah.
know, kind and
Lovely.
pure.
And you found
I
the
like
source
it.
of what is going on, although that you have to deal with some stuff before then. Did everyone find that reveal okay, by the way? Like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, it's great.
Very cool.
Yeah, it makes me think that it's just kind of this opening thing before we get into some more portal and Fae shenanigans as we head further south.
Yeah, the
So-
face shenanigans is good.
I like the lead up to it.
wonderful. Well, that is where we're going to be stopping for this evening. So thank you all very much. Wonderful. And thank you everyone. And that's where we're done. Right, let's finish on some good energy.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Right. Same time next week, I think. 6:45 to 7, starting for the next session. We'll pick up with where you all are waking up in the morning. So have some things that you would like to do.
It's already planned.
Wow.
Oh.
Nap. I'm just like, what am I going to say in my prayer in the morning? That's what hit my brain. I was like, do I thank him for the opportunities?
What am I going to say in my prayer to go against Ren?
You
Every
don't
morning I
pray.
pray to Sune. I pray to Sune, just going, please make his day shit.
It'd be weird if you got a response. There we go.
Because I don't. I get a warm feeling every once in a while. That's it.
Yeah, you get indirect response.
Yeah,
That's what gods do.
that is what the gods do.
Well, so everyone, thank you very much, and we will see you next week. Huzzah! Woo! Energy!
Oh, woo! It's the nerdiest outfit.